game since 2014. The Georgia game wouldn't even matter. Situation did we get to a college football playoff? Not only did they play piss poor, but I thought Brent Key on the sideline was a bad look too.
Yeah, that was also my stock down, so I'll move on to my stock up, which is going to be Diego Pavia. Before you say, come on, Brown, Diego Pavia, everybody sees this.
He was great.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
He was playing Mercer. Oh, wait.
No, he was not. He was playing Kentucky and was lobbying his head coach to stay in the game to break a school record. Clark Lee was wanting him out of the game, and he lobbied to stay in and break a school record. 5 touchdown passes. But I go back, I bring this up. The only reason I made him my stock up is because Andy on Twitter earlier this morning said, you and Dunaway laughed at me and my 3 guarantees when I said Diego Pavia would be a Heisman finalist. Who's laughing now? And he is absolutely right.
Andy, you're right, man.
He's absolutely right. We laughed at you. I assume I laughed at you because I would have laughed at that. I don't remember it, but I would have laughed at that.
I thought people would catch up with him. I thought he'd have a down year.
And he's got a shot at being a Heisman finalist.
Today, I think he would be in New York. It would be really, really close.
Depends on how many they invite.
It depends on how many they invite because they've gotten to that number of 3 a lot. But if they went 5, he would definitely be there. But I think it all hinges on this week. Like, if he goes into Knoxville and plays like he's capable of playing and they win that game, even if they don't get to a college football playoff, I think he's in New York.
Yeah. 532 total yards and 6 total touchdowns, 484 passing. 32 of 38 passing against Kentucky, an SEC team.
I didn't think it was smart leaving him in, though.
Yeah. I mean, he lobbied to stay in and get the record.
I know, but, you get hurt, and then you're going to Tennessee with a chance to get to a college football playoff.
I agree.
It was like, and in the NFL, we know this, but when the Rams are up 31-7 in the fourth quarter, pull everyone.
Yeah,
why in the hell is Stafford still in there throwing the football?
I'm with you on that.
Hey, truthfully, when it was 14-0, after that pick 6, I was like, let's just take Baker out. I mean, that game was over with, in my opinion.
How about the way he got hurt?
He
was hurt before he threw the Hail
He
Mary.
was hurt when he ran over the 2.
Crumpled.
Yeah.
It's like
I know. He's just
it's like an invisible demon hitting him.
I know.
AC joint sprain is the official diagnosis.
That's going to be a problem the rest of the year.
Yeah, it doesn't get better. Doesn't
but
get better.
But he's not out. But he's going to deal with it the rest of the year.
He's
not out for the year.
Not out for the year, but
it's affecting everything he does.
Yeah.
It's the non-throwing, but just
you can't get the power. You can't get the torque.
You saw that on the Hail Mary. He barely got that ball 30 yards.
You saw it actually on the touchdown pass.
Yeah.
Because he got it, he injured it when he ran over the 2 guys for a first down. And that's just bad all the way around. That gets us to Trash Today, brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill. Before you hit the open, tell us about our friends at Hemp Hill.
Hemp Hill Services, best in the business. Trusted name, Birmingham has trusted since 1954. Friendly plumbing, heating, cooling, any of those issues arise in your home or business, they are ready to serve you. Hard to stop a train. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew. The guys there, 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com.
Tell me about the whistles.
The whistles got woo. When you want to woo woo, it's that woo woo. You know what I'm saying?
LT's Trash is presented by Bud Light.
Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. And remember, this Friday, we're going to be live on location 11 to 2 in Auburn, getting ready for one of the most exciting Iron Bowls in years. We will be at Moe's Barbecue right there in downtown Auburn with our friends from Adams and Bud Light. Start first, magician Zai Wang. By the way, Oz the Mentalist, who was on the show with us, was with the Rams last week.
I see him everywhere now.
Catch up on all today's Next Round on demand through the podcast platform of your choice, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcast, wherever you listen. Always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you never miss any part of the Next Round.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident, company truck accident, car accident, or work-related accident? Call Alabama's largest personal injury firm. Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys will fight for every dollar you deserve, and it won't cost you a dime. Trust me. What do you say, man?
Call me, Alabama.
Call 659-777-7777 or go to shannara.com.
No representation made that the legal services provided are better than legal services provided by other attorneys.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown, Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Let's see. We've got Ole Miss's Chancellor talking about his elite assistant coaching staff over at Ole Miss. We'll talk about the latest in the Lane Kiffin saga. The college football playoff format for next year is back in play, possible change. All the Iron Bowl stuff we'll get to. A nasty Monday night football game last night. But we start with a little basketball because Auburn gets a big win over Oregon. Alabama loses to Gonzaga in a battle of top 12 teams. And then we'll move to our football conversation. LT, D&B with you. You've got Forrester, Brooks, and Tyler behind the big glass. Don't forget Bud Light takes us on the road Friday. No show Thursday for Thanksgiving, but on Friday, LT, we're down in Auburn before the big game.
Yeah, Moe's Barbecue, which I know is a really, really popular spot downtown. We'll be out there again. When we do these Friday shows on campus, we love to move it back a little bit where you guys judge me when I have that first Bud Light at 11 o'clock.
I think it's 9 o'clock.
You roll your eyeballs like, what are you doing? This isn't an airport. And then I remind you, it's 11 o'clock a.m., but 11 to 2, we will be out there with our friends at Bud Light. We'll have specials. We'll have merch. We will be getting ready for one of the most exciting Iron Bowls in recent history.
That's coming up. More on that in a second. Our friends at Bojangles gets us into what we saw last night in basketball. We'll start with Auburn first, and Bojangles starts your day off.
They can make it bow time for you at Bojangles. They've got those hand-breaded tenders, those great bow bites, the great sides that go with it. It can be your holiday party caterer, by the way. You want a great holiday party? Let Bojangles cater that for you. Or if you want those hand-breaded bow bites for lunch or dinner, you got those right there with that peach honey pepper dipping sauce. Don't forget your great tailgate parties. Bojangles cater those. College football watch parties. Bojangles has those. And I mentioned the holiday parties as well. Whatever it is, make it bow time.
Listen, Auburn's only loss is to then number 1 Houston. They had a couple opportunities at the end of the game to win that one here in Birmingham. They get another big shot tonight as number 21 Auburn plays number 7 Michigan, 7:30 on TNT. Auburn gets a win at the Eras last night in Vegas, 84-73. And I guess the first thing is Tahad Pettiford with a career-high 24 finally scored some points.
Yeah, look, couldn't find his perimeter shot, but Auburn couldn't all night. I mean, 5 of 23 behind the arc, but Pettiford found a way to score points. It was 9 and 18 from the field and did have the 24 that you mentioned. You know, I thought overall, look, Nate Biddle is not going to play that bad. I give Auburn credit defensively. The big for Oregon is normally a double-double each and every time out. He was not good last night, 2 of 11. But I thought importantly for Auburn, they shoot their free throws well last night. They didn't turn the basketball over. Only 6 turnovers in 40 minutes. That's big.
6 turnovers was huge, but that defense, Brownie, Biddle and Shelstad, 2 of their big guys, they combined for just 19 points, 6 of 28 shooting. That was my favorite soundbite. I know people, went straight to Stephen Pearl after the Houston loss. And said we're not here, it's about winning for us. We're not here for moral victories. But his best comment, I thought, was when he was talking about, you guys talk about Houston's defensive toughness. That's what we built the program on here at Auburn, and they showed up last night defensively.
They did, and you talked about Pettiford. I mean, when you hear the nickname Primetime Pettiford, this is what you're talking about right here, right? And Pearl mentioned that after the game when he was asked about it, and he said, these are the stages for whatever reason He shines on these stages, and when he plays like that, and they play defense like that, this is a tough out.
Oh, look, and if Pettiford would have been hitting that outside shot, if Auburn, 5 of 23 behind the arc, if they hit the outside shot, they probably win the game by 20.
Yeah,
but
to your point, he got a career-high 24, but it still wasn't Pettiford's great shooting night. There's a different gear for him.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, when Keyshawn Hall and Pettiford are on the same page offensively, and they have one of those nights, Auburn is going to be a really, really difficult out. It doesn't matter who they're playing, but you complement that with the defense they played last night. And again, I thought it was really positive to see what they could do on a big like Biddle.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of those in college basketball anymore, and they handled that fine. Keyshawn Hall with 18, 6 rebounds. He just makes scoring easy. They've now beaten a Big Ten team 9 straight games, 9 straight Big Ten wins, and now they get another Big Ten team tonight in number 7 Michigan, who has Yaks from down here at UAB. He's a big part of their team at Michigan.
Yeah, Dusty May's done a really good job with that Michigan program. It's just like I've accepted Oregon and USC in football in the Big Ten. It's still hard to accept them in basketball for whatever reason. It's just such a weird fit, man.
I agree.
Yeah.
Such a weird fit.
Yeah. So that's Auburn last night. 7:30 TNT tonight. Michigan a 4.5-point favorite over Auburn this evening. Alabama loses to Gonzaga last night, 95-85. Alabama, I think it was 61-60 when they took a lead, 11 lead changes last night. But Alabama ends this run of 4 games against, as of yesterday's poll in the AP, 4 top 14 teams, but they were all top 10 teams basically when they played them. And they finished 2-2, beating St. John and Illinois, losing to Purdue and Gonzaga. Well, I think at number 12 in the country, Gonzaga, a little underrated, a little underseeded. That's a really good basketball team. They can shoot it. They play great defense, and they have size.
EK and Grant Foster. I mean, look, it seems like everybody on that team outside of the freshman point, as they've got size, they can all handle the ball and their ability on the glass. Like, that's the best team I've seen this year. Now, I haven't watched a ton of college basketball, probably watched 10 games, but that was the first time I've watched Gonzaga. That's the best team I've seen.
I saw Rothstein say that they've had better rosters. This is their best team.
Yeah.
That few has had better overall rosters, but for whatever reason, these parts are his best team.
Oh, and watch out once the problem is this schedule that they will play once they get in conference.
Yeah, they disappear here in about a month.
Yeah, but
you won't see them again until March.
But few knows that formula.
Yeah.
But I think when this team comes together, again, just what they are right now, the raw product, damn, they're going to be really good.
Alabama fans were surprised with Latrell Wrightsell sitting in street clothes, and is going to do that for this whole trip to Las Vegas, according to those close to the basketball program. It's nothing long term.
Well, they said maybe 2 weeks on the broadcast. Yeah. I mean,
yeah. But didn't you get the feel the way they talked about it? Like, this were a critical conference game he's probably playing, but this is a trip to Las Vegas and a preseason tournament, so he's not playing. That's kind of the way they talked about it.
If they were 0-3 in this stretch against St. John, Illinois, and Purdue, he may have given it a go last night, trying to get one of those big quality wins. Maybe he's back for Arizona. Number 13 Arizona coming here. Excuse me, not number 13.
Number 2.
Number 2 Arizona coming here to play Alabama in Birmingham on December the 13th, where I got the 13 from. So on the 13th, Arizona in town. Maybe he's back for that contest there. But he's a difference defensively, but also an extra scorer. Phylon was tremendous last night. 29 points. But I don't know if you noticed, he didn't score the final 9 minutes of the game.
I did notice, yes, I did notice.
Well, look, there were some adjustments that Mark Few made. I think one of the, not a problem, and Wrightsell's probably going to be this guy, but you've got to find that number 2 guy. Like, I thought Grant Nelson at times was so good in so many aspects, but being that number 2 for Mark Sears, we talked about it last year, it seemed like everybody would watch what Mark Sears is doing down the stretch, and I think you're going to get that with Phylon because from Sears to Phylon, I don't think there's any drop-off at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I would agree with you. I don't disagree with you.
But you got to find that number 2 option.
Yeah, you need the Phylon to Sears.
Yeah. Amari Allen had 14, Sherelle had 14, Holloway had 13, but those look good on numbers, but in this game last night, it just seemed like Phylon was the only scoring option. And then there's the 25 offensive rebounds that 20 offensive rebounds, 25 second chance points. When Alabama has lost this year to Purdue and now Gonzaga, it has been because they have been out-physicaled underneath the glass. Here's Nate Oates last night after the loss in Vegas.
We gave up 25 second chance points. It's hard to win doing that. So season high for offensive rebounds for them. And you know what we've kind of shown that if we're not really locked in to taking care of the defensive glass, that we're susceptible to that. Starting backcourt at 0 rebounds at the half and ended up with, Holloway ended up with 3 and Barron ended up with 0. Mari didn't have a rebound at the half. He's got to get in and help. He ended up with 4 kind of late there. But, it's not just our bigs, and they're not, Taylor didn't have a rebound at the half. We got to get more out of him. But, it's everybody. Everybody's got to contribute, and we're not a very tough physical rebounding team right now. Until we get that way, we're going to have a hard time consistently beating the best teams in the country.
I mean, it's death taxes and Nate Oates complaining about rebounding. Yeah. It really is. I mean, it is every loss he complains about rebounding. Every single one of them.
Look, and they were the number 2 rebounding team in college basketball last year. But again, when you lose Amore, when you lose Grant Nelson,
Chris
Diabate
Youngblood was a beast.
Yeah.
Diabate was a beast
Yeah.
at fighting for those rebounds.
and you just wonder how physical this team is going to be. And it was one of the concerns, coming off the Purdue loss, and it showed back up last night. And I'll tell you another concern, and Gonzaga ended up stretching that and winning by double digits. But Alabama's inability to hit from the free throw line. I mean, they were really bad last night, especially in the second half, at 14 to 23 overall. And you get in some of these tight games in the SEC, you got to make your free throws.
There was that sequence where Allen gets fouled, has 2 free throws, misses them both. Now, he creates a turnover on the other end, but how about hit both free throws and create the turnover is probably what Nate Oates would say, right? And that was just that's a big sequence. And against a good team like Gonzaga, you can't leave that much at the line.
So for Alabama, they get UNLV tonight, unranked UNLV, 11 o'clock on True TV. 13.5-point favorites over the running Rebels, as Brown told me. Let me know how that game turns out, Jim. 11 p.m. tip.
Me too.
Sue Bama can handle
I
that
was, when they tied it up, 61 apiece or whatever,
You
like
thought
under
overtime.
10 minutes. Yeah, I was like, I was already in bed watching. I was like, oh my God, I cannot do overtime tonight. Please, no overtime.
Oh, I was ready for overtime. I would have taken that than a 10-point loss. So that's basketball last night, but it's Iron Bowl week. We flip it to football right after we tell you about a couple of our great sponsors. One of them is our wonderful friends at New York Butcher Shop. Thanksgiving coming up in a couple of days, and always year-round. Just a lot of great things at New York Butcher Shop, LG.
Yeah, right now you can get those turkeys, the free-range, all-natural turkeys from Joyce Farms, fresh, smoked, or brined. Our man Jim has got them. You need to order today. They are selling out fast. If you don't want to deal with the cooking, so simple. You can just heat it up right there in the kitchen. Will save you a lot of time, and it's just an absolutely fabulous meal. Also, the chef-prepared side dishes, cornbread dressing, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, the sweet potato casserole. That's your favorite, right, bro?
It is. Love it. Sweet potato casserole.
The giblet gravy, homemade cranberry sauce, desserts like the pecan pie, peach cobbler, pumpkin pie, apple cobbler. Don't wait until the last minute. Call, get your dinner celebration planned out today. The Cobb Heights location, the original 205-970-7300. Greystone 205-703-8825. Rare quality, well done service. It is our friends at the New York Butcher Shop.
Speaking of turkeys, our guy Alexander Shinara doing tremendous work for the community yesterday. He handed out 1,000 turkeys to just Birmingham residents driving by that needed a turkey for Thanksgiving. That's the type of guy he is because he is Birmingham born and bred. He wanted to take care of his community with his firm, and he has done just that. Headquartered right here in Birmingham for more than 24 years. The Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys firm has grown to more than 150 lawyers, supported by more than 500 dedicated team members, and they've recovered more than $2 billion, maintaining Alexander's core values. Those are integrity, mastery, passion, and success. When you find yourself in need of an attorney for any issue, Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys is where you start. Shinara.com. You don't pay anything unless they win your case. Shinara.com.
Did we do a show one time back in the day on radio where we had recorded just responses? Was it Lance on vacation?
No, it was you.
It was me on vacation?
That was back in the AM 690 days. What did we call that? Virtual Gym, I think it was. And then we used it when you were on vacation, and the audience loved it. So then we started using it when you were here.
Yeah, to where, because that was a good one right there when you were like, and your favorite is what, Brownie? The sweet potato casserole?
That's right, Lance.
I love sweet potato casserole.
I wasn't part of that.
No, that was back in the AM 690 days. That was
I couldn't remember
moons ago.
Yeah, there was so much. I remember one thing we did on the original roundtable is we had a hotline where you could call and leave messages.
I remember y'all
and
doing
then
that.
we
That
would
was
mash that
fantastic.
thing up.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
That was fantastic. I do remember that.
Oh, we need to bring that back. But I remember the virtual one, and I couldn't remember if it was all of us together or who, but we all had so many responses and catchphrases.
Yeah.
I love sweet potato casserole. We can just,
Hit it.
Brandy, what do you think of Lane Kiffin's new contract? I don't care where he ends up. It's going to be the biggest one of all time.
It's got to be. It's only growing.
It's only growing. Craziness happening over at Ole Miss. But Iron Bowl time for us. Still 5.5? Is that number wiggled at all?
Oh,
I got it right here. Oh, I got it at 6. Alabama has ticked up to 6. Lance, your thoughts on that? This has moved half a point.
Look, there's a lot of people, a lot of wise people that I have talked to that just think like common sense, like how in the hell is Alabama less than a touchdown favorite? And, is the real Ashton Daniels going to show up? I mean, look, better head coach, not even close. I mean, coaching staff right now, quarterback, roster, I mean, everything is in the favor of Alabama. But again, the pet cemetery that is Jordan-Hare,
it can get you.
That's a major factor.
So Kalen DeBoer gets asked for the first time about Jordan-Hare Stadium and the reputation that Jordan-Hare Stadium has. Here's Alabama's head coach on the pet cemetery down on the plains.
Yeah, people love to talk about the difficulties of going to Jordan-Hare and playing in what some might say is haunted. What is kind of your message to the players about the discourse around going to Auburn and playing there?
Yeah, rivalry game, amazing environment. We've played in amazing environments, throughout the year on the road at night. I get it. I mean, you never want to, we understand it's going to be a great experience there, and it'll be, one where we're facing a team that wants to knock us off of our goals and our hopes and all of that. So but you just really got to simplify it down, and you got to prepare for the noise, prepare for the emotions that come, and that's what our season has done for us. We've been through a lot of that, and again, there'll be new challenges that present themselves in the game, and a lot of it will be, again, new matchup, guys that have different people in front of them, strengths and weaknesses of the opponent, every single week change. And so we're just going to prepare our best, focus on what we do, because that's what we've done all season long, to go out there and be our best on Saturday.
Have you processed this a little bit?
Yeah, well, first of all, on the soundbite, the facts are that there are a lot of great, crazy environments.
Yes.
Especially in night games on the road in the SEC.
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of them.
Yes.
There's a lot of them. And Auburn's one of them.
Yes.
And I went to the Auburn-Georgia game earlier this year. They have taken what was it turned up to 10. Notice I used turned up to 10, and they've added a little bit more to it. I mean, the pyrotechnics, the light shows, and everything, it's a little bit more turned up than it has been. It's up there with the best of the best. Is there really, I mean, I know because it's a rivalry game, it's different, but is there really any difference in playing there than playing night game at Neyland, night game in Baton Rouge, night game in the Swamp? Is there any difference playing a night game at Auburn other than the fact that it's your rival?
No, it seems different. Like, I had a conversation. I was shockingly at walk-ons yesterday, and I was talking to Ken West, our buddy, the general manager down there. He's a huge Georgia fan. He's like, that place, as a Georgia fan speaking, he was like, I'll never go again. Like, the craziest things happen down there. There is something weird about it. When you talk about some of these other venues, and not that Florida's been great and Tennessee hasn't been good until recently, but it is like an equalizer for the Auburn Tigers when they play down there, because the bounce is like, you can't make some of the stuff up.
You really cannot. You cannot. Now, people, and again, the last two times it's actually favored Alabama.
Yeah.
We talk about all the crazy things that happen at Jordan-Hare.
Yeah, I mean, Gravedigger is one of the craziest things we've ever seen.
I mean, you can live the rest of your life and not see a 4th and 31 at the end of the game.
Yeah, virtual walk-off win.
Virtual walk-off touchdown on 4th and 31. You'll probably never see that one again. And not even really a Hail Mary. Like, if you see a 4th and 31, it's generally going to be a Hail Mary. I mean, that's as crazy an ending as you'll ever see. The only overtime Iron Bowl we've ever had was at Jordan-Hare, and Alabama won it in 4 overtimes after being awful all game. And Auburn actually made the mistakes in both those situations that allowed Alabama in. Here's the thing I would say.
But those Alabama teams were so much better.
Oh, they were, and that's what's crazy about it, is that was the equalizers. The game was close enough it required a 4th and 31 or 4 overtimes. Alabama was so much better than both those teams. Here's what I would say to you. He's the best that has ever done it, but I think both of you would tell me Nick Saban, for whatever reason, coached tight and his teams played tight at Jordan-Hare Stadium.
I don't disagree. Now, early on, Saban, once he got past that first Tuberville win, there were some dick kickings.
There were, but not the national championship year, 2009. It required
the drive.
It required a drive and a fantastic touchdown play call on the goal line for a touchdown for Alabama even to escape that one. They were down in the fourth quarter in that game against a 7-win Gene Chizik team.
Yeah, but let me ask you, and I think it applies again this weekend. Why do you think it is Alabama plays tight when they're playing down
question.
there and Auburn doesn't?
I've always wondered that, Jim.
Could it be because Alabama's playing for something bigger than just this game?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think there's a lot of the
that.
times.
You talk about tight this weekend. I know we'll get to this weekend's game, but my gosh, and Auburn is playing loose. Like what they've got to gain is ruining their season.
Just do it. 2009, they go down there with everything to lose. They lose, they're out of the national championship. Again, 2011, everything to lose. They lose, they're out of the national championship.
13's different.
13's
different.
No, they had everything to lose. And now Auburn had a ton to gain.
But Auburn had meat in the game. They also were playing for a chance to go play for a national championship.
But Alabama had
that's
everything
equal
to lose.
footing at that point.
15, they get down there. Alabama's got everything to lose and a loss, and Auburn is the underdog. 17, you thought at the time Alabama had everything to lose, but they worked their way back in, obviously. 19, Alabama, it was lost at that point. LSU had already taken the spot. Alabama wasn't going to the national championship. That was a fantastic game, obviously. The ones I just mentioned, Alabama had everything to lose. But, when you look at that graphic that Brooks put together yesterday, the way we talk about this, Alabama's actually won 5 of the last 8 down there. It doesn't feel that way the way we talk about it. You know what I'm saying? That Alabama has won 5 of 8. They are 5-3 in their last 8 at Jordan-Hare Stadium. And the way we talk about it, you would think it would be maybe 3-5, maybe 2-6 in their last 8.
Well, that's like, we always say that, the Iron Bowls is the ones that Daniel A. Moore paints, and they've all got names, the kick and the reverse and bow over the top. Well, I mean, we played a lot more games that don't have names. You know what I mean?
Yes, I
do.
do.
The ones that we just remember the ones that have names. Right.
Yeah, because
the Gravedigger.
Well, I mean, even go back the prayer at Jordan-Hare, back to our Georgia friend Ken West. I mean, that was insanity. What was that, 4th and 16?
I mean, it's just those are the kinds of crazy things that for whatever reason have happened historically at Jordan-Hare. And then everybody points out, whether they lost to New Mexico State there, they lost to Kentucky there this year. They lost all these games. Start listing these games. They do lose those games. But for whatever reason, when Georgia and Alabama go down there, it's just a weird experience for them.
Auburn currently 5-6. Last time team with a losing record won the Iron Bowl.
This sounds crazy. Do you go all the way back to 1984, Wrong Way Bo?
Maybe, but it's got to at least be, I don't think it's happened in the 2000s.
You didn't know the answer.
No, I don't.
I am willing to say, without sitting here and counting them all, that you have to go all the way back to Wrong Way Bo. That's 1984. I think that's going to be your one.
I mean, when you strip away everything you guys are talking about, it's a team with a losing record against a team trying to clinch a spot in Atlanta.
I don't think I need to remind you. They lost to a team to begin the season with a losing record.
Yeah,
Florida
at the
State.
time they didn't. They were 0-0.
Well, they're 5-6.
They are now.
Yes, they've lost to Stanford. They lost at home as a touchdown favorite to Oklahoma, who's 13th in total offense in the SEC.
Yeah.
Again, the more you process this, it might not be as big as 2013. That was very significant. But I'm just talking about the circumstances of Kalen DeBoer in his second year. If he was to lose to a 5-6 Auburn team, to give his 3rd loss on the season, interim coach, backup quarterback, the season, it's, it goes from what? A-, B+, at least regular season, to a D at 9-3. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Our friends at Odie's bringing you this part of the show, what DJ Durkin says about Deuce Knight's role in this game coming up. Odie's, a chance to catch you guys on trivia. Always the Thanksgiving one. Night before Thanksgiving's a big one, right?
Yeah, a lot of fun. We'll get started right at 8 o'clock tomorrow because they're going to have live music following us up. A lot of people in town visiting family and friends. It is a very, very festive atmosphere. Join us tomorrow night at the original location in Crestline, newest location in Edgewood. We did get confirmation. We're going to be doing an event at Odie's in December. We'll give you more information once we have everything solid, but it is going to happen. So a lot of things going on at Odie's, including the incredible food from Rodney Davis. Get in, see Will Haver and that great staff. Birmingham Institution, it's Odie's staff.
And our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama, your chance to stay on top of your health, guys, with 16 wonderful locations and an elite team of not meteorologists. Why do I do that so often? An elite team of meteorologists, but also urologists. They love weather, and they love taking care of you at Urology Centers of Alabama. Urology Centers of Alabama, 205-930-0920. For over 70 years, with compassion and elite urologists, Urology Centers of Alabama have been taking care of you. From prostate health to kidney stones, vasectomies, and anything else for men or women. They can help you at urologycentersalabama.com, UCA 205-930-0920 to make an appointment today.
Our audience is very, very good, and in the chat room, they immediately reminded us of 2001. There is a bit of a caveat on this one. In 2001, September 11th postponed a week of football. So Alabama actually played Southern Miss the week after the Iron Bowl, but in that Iron Bowl game, Alabama was 4-5, and they won at Jordan-Hare, came back, beat Southern Miss, got bowl eligible, and played Iowa State and
Shreveport.
Yeah, Shreveport. That's where that's where you normally face Iowa State in a bowl game. It's always Shreveport, right? So yeah, that was the last time, 2001. So
that's what I thought.
Either way, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten about September 11th to change it all.
So do you still feel great about this game?
I mean, I feel good about the game. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you not?
It's up to 6.
No,
Jim.
You like Auburn.
I mean, I like Auburn right now. Yeah.
And I like Alabama right now.
Where's this line going to have to get to for you to say, okay, well, I've read a lot into the point spread.
Yeah, I mean, if this thing got up to 7.5, where it should be to begin with,
right, then you would flip.
Then I would feel a little bit better about Alabama. But right now, it's just it's dicey.
Currently at 6.
Yesterday, you guys seemed to think Deuce Knight would have a role in this game. Here's DJ Durkin, cut number 8, Tyler. DJ Durkin talking about Deuce Knight and maybe his role in the game.
Deuce obviously played phenomenal last week. Just your assessment, if you've seen the full tape, and is there any opportunity, rather it be as a starter or a package, where you could foresee him playing quarterback this weekend in this game?
That's a great idea. I think, well, I'll take that back upstairs. We'll see if we can get that done. Deuce showed, I think, to everyone what we see at practice quite often. That's what we expected from him out there. I guess expectation, I don't want to say, I mean, it was really his first time starting, playing, all that. He exceeded expectations, but we know what he's capable of. You know, I think I said after the game, but one of the coolest things about Deuce is just that he's got that demeanor about him where, I mean, at no point did you feel like Deuce was nervous or how's he going to respond or play. It was kind of like he was, you know, Deuce, you're the starter before the game. I mean, he just has the same look about him, and I think that's great as a teammate when your quarterback looks that way. I mean, that just kind of puts a calm in everyone around him, and obviously he performed at a really high level. I mean, he had the big plays, explosives, everyone saw that, but I think he did a great job of just going through his reads, making the right decisions, kind of operating the offense the right way.
So after hearing that, you take it as you think he's going to take it back upstairs and
well, I mean, he's not going to come out and say, you know what, we do have a package for Deuce.
10 snaps.
Kane Wommack's got to study up on Deuce, and so I mean, he's not going to come out and say it again. I don't think it's going to be like a major part. I just think he's going to see the field.
Yeah. Again, I'm not going to go as far as Ashton Daniels comes off and Deuce Knight is the only quarterback out there. I just think he's done enough. If you put him on the field in a formation that Kane Wommack hasn't seen all year, you've created conflict on the Alabama sideline. Jim, like, you tell me this. If they sub in Deuce Knight and Ashton Daniels is still in the game, and you just force Alabama to call a timeout, that's worth it, right? I mean, the play doesn't even run, but if you just run him out there and Kane Wommack looks and he's like, all right, we haven't seen this all year, you know, let's just call a timeout and let's discuss this. And then Deuce Knight goes back to the sideline, never touches the field again. It was well worth it to force Alabama to burn a timeout. You never know at the end of a half or the end of a game when that timeout is going to be absolutely critical.
Or even you just line him up somewhere on the field and it causes confusion.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like, it causes conflict.
Yeah, maybe not even a timeout. I mean, maybe a timeout, but maybe just miscommunication in the secondary and, you know, it gives up a big play without Deuce even touching the football.
Yeah, I don't know that the guy is going to change the game like where they play. I don't think that. I'm just saying putting him out there is forcing Alabama to make decisions about something they haven't seen all year.
Yeah, look, and I have seen not a ton of Ashton Daniels, but I saw enough at Stanford that, look, I was one of the more incredible performances I think I've seen, at least head-scratching to me, was what he did against Vanderbilt. But would it shock me if he went out first 2 series and threw 2 picks? No. And then at that point, if you're DJ Durkin, what do you do?
Well, I think you probably go to Jackson Arnold before you go to Deuce Knight. But who? I mean, I don't know. At that point, you don't have any good options.
The show, what's going on in Kane Wommack's world? In the next segment, Clay Travis is our only guest with us today. He joins us in the second hour. We'll do our final upset alert of the year coming up in the middle of the second hour of the show. That's being brought to you today by a couple of great folks, including the wonderful folks at Company Distilling. An opportunity, LT, for us to enjoy Company Distilling coming up in the next month or so.
Yeah. We've almost got this thing locked down. Got a couple of emails went through this morning, and we've almost got it locked down. But look, if you're looking for a really, really good whiskey this holiday season, you've got friends and family coming over this Thanksgiving, pick up a bottle of Company Distilling. It is now available at ABC stores across the state. If you've been waiting to try a whiskey as good as Company you keep, this is your moment. Find your bottle, learn more at companydistilling.com/Alabama. Not only right here in our great state, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Missouri, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Texas. Fans can ask their local store to order it if it's not on the shelf. Again, for more information, companydistilling.com/Alabama.
And if you're looking for something under the tree for the Alabama and Auburn fan, make it the Pants Store, Gentile, Cutter and Buck, Antigua. All the great name brands that you get right there for men and women, the great dresses, the rompers, the boots for the ladies, free alterations, free gift wrapping, the quarter zips, the polos, the hats. It's all right there for the Alabama and Auburn fan in your life for all ages, but especially the teenagers and college-age kids. They absolutely love the Pants Store. Get in there. They'll ship anywhere, pantstore.com, but locations in Huntsville and Auburn, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, and online at pantstore.com, pantstore.com.
Follow Scott Forrester on Twitter at ScottForresterTV.
Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident, company truck accident, car accident, or work-related accident? Call Alabama's largest personal injury firm. Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys will fight for every dollar you deserve, and it won't cost you a dime. Trust me. What do you say, man?
Call me, Alabama.
Call 659-777-7777 or go to shinara.com.
No representation made that the legal services provided are better than legal services provided by other attorneys.
What are you waiting for? It's non-stop gaming action at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Come play more than 900 of the latest and greatest games around, featuring fun bonuses and big jackpots. You can wager and win on horse and greyhound races from all over the world. There are more ways to win at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Birmingham Racecourse Casino, located off I-459 exit 31 Derby Parkway. Must be 21 or older.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from The Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Thanksgiving is here, and let the New York Butcher Shop be the place to get all of your holiday meal items. Their premium turkeys are fresh, free-range, and hormone-free. The New York Butcher Shop also has a wide selection of chef-prepared side items to help save you time in the kitchen. Pick up a bottle of wine, and your meal will be complete. Turkeys are selling fast, so place your order today. 2 locations to serve you, in Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Next Round shirts, Next Round hoodies, and Next Round hats all in one place, nextround.store. Find your favorite piece of gear from your favorite show and put it in your rotation. You never know, you might be in one of our videos showing Next Round gear being worn all over the world. Find all of your favorite Next Round gear by visiting nextround.store. Place an order for you and that big Next Round fan in your life at nextround.store. Look your best at work, at school, at the stadium, or anywhere you go wearing Next Round gear from nextround.store.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between two warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Trying to guess. It's like name that tune in 5 strokes of the pen.
I don't even know how you would even, unless you peeked at my screen.
I can't see your screen.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to work this thing out, but I'm gonna try. I'm swinging for the fences, by the way.
Well, I think the whole upset alert strategy has been heavily discussed here today.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's got a strategy they're playing. I'm not going to unveil. Brown Bandit's going to unveil his strategy a little bit later. I know Dunaway's, I think.
But that's why it kind of it's not even real. Like for you guys, it still is because you guys are up there.
Not necessarily.
But if my strategy's completely changed, do I believe in these? Did I believe Syracuse was going to beat Notre Dame last week? Absolutely not.
I really believed in Washington State, but I was trying to get halfway there so I could make a more realistic pick.
Dunaway wanted a manageable fourth down. That's all he was after.
And I had it. One
run fit.
One run fit.
Oh, I need the band play. I need the kick six.
So I'm swinging for the fences again. And in fact, I've got 3 on my board, ready to red pin 2 of them, depending on how everybody goes ahead of me. Make sure nobody has it. Can you give me the cut while we do a spot here? The cut that Forster just threw in there. That's the one I need to get to. Talk a little Kane Wommack here in just a second. But the show being brought to you before LT tells us about Twin Peaks, about our friends at Coca-Cola. Was talking to those folks earlier today about how much fun they have Iron Bowl week every year. So if you're an Auburn fan or an Alabama fan or just enjoy any game day, it's time for you to deserve the great taste of Coke Zero Sugar, refreshing Coke Zero Sugar, because fan work is thirsty work, and our friends at Twin Peaks, proud supporters of Coca-Cola.
Okay, think about the scenario. You've got family over all weekend long, and you're like, I have got to get out of here. And you take your wild uncle with you, and you guys head to Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree signature beer. You guys post up at the bar. You're watching football all day. The cell phone, you've got it on silent. They're trying to find you. But you're in your own heaven right there enjoying Twin Peaks with the Twin Peak girls running around in 3D, the happy hour there at Twin Peaks, whatever your preference. They've got everything from the tequila cocktails, extensive bourbon category, to top shelf spirits and cocktails served over the ice balls, local craft beers, handcrafted whiskey cocktails round out an adventurous drink menu second to none. And don't forget about those 29-degree signature drafts right there from our friends at Twin Peaks.
All right, so I didn't get to it yesterday before the news conferences, but I had written down the 4 names, the top 4 candidates for the Arkansas job, which has been very quiet. If you've forgotten, Arkansas has a job opening. Alex Golish, Eric Morris, Ryan Silverfield, and Kane Wommack. Kane Wommack played football, Brownie, I think at Arkansas, didn't he?
Did he? I think his dad was coach there.
Dad was coach there.
Go double check that.
Yeah.
I forgot Kane. I thought...
Yeah, played at Arkansas Southern Miss. He was a fullback and a tight end.
That's right.
And his family has roots there. Kane Wommack is an interesting candidate to be the head coach at Arkansas. His name's being mentioned at Oklahoma State and others too. He's got a job first for Alabama fans this week.
Yes, he does.
Don't be distracted going to play Auburn. Try to help Alabama get to that SEC championship game and whatever comes afterwards. But by the time they got to the news conference yesterday around 11, Kane Wommack was getting asked about job openings, mentioning him. Here's how he answered the question.
saw that, your name had been linked to a couple of, the Arkansas job, a couple of finalists. I'm wondering if what hearing your name associated with that is like for you and your family, especially at a time as busy as this.
Yeah, well, I appreciate the question, but, I'm just not going to address any, job opportunity stuff.
All right. Boy, it's so funny how every coach handles this so different, right? Lane acts like there's not even rumors out there. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Why are we even talking about
It's always been my plan to be here.
Why are we talking about this?
One of his worst looks yesterday,
I
by the
agree.
way.
And the coaches, the other coaches are like, no, I'm not even going to talk about it. And then some coaches,
If I talk about this one now, I'm going to have to talk about it the rest of my career.
Some play both sides of the fence, how great it is. Anyway, would be interesting. I did see someone on social media last night. I wish I'd flagged it so I could give them full credit. Like, so wait a minute. You're telling me the head of the selection committee will be deciding, one of the ones deciding whether Alabama is in or out, is also the athletic director of a school that's trying to hire Alabama's defensive coordinator and would benefit from having him freed up as early as possible.
That is so jacked up.
Well, I mean, it's what we have in this stupid selection
committee. It really is.
I mean,
a conflict of interest after conflict of interest.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you're going to ever have as long as we've got this stupid selection committee. I would love it for Kane. Kane's a friend. I would love for him to be a head coach in the SEC. He's got head coaching experience already that, based on what South Alabama is now, was exceptional. At the time, it looked like he had a 10-win season, I think a 7-win season. Interesting hire at Arkansas. I said this last week. Our guy, John Neighbors, who does what we do up in Arkansas, I think really thought they had a good shot at James Franklin. I think he felt like that was a swing and miss by Arkansas not getting James Franklin. So, I mean, if you thought you had James Franklin, a lot of those guys you mentioned aren't going to be step downs. I mean, James Franklin, this guy's coached a pretty high level.
I'm a little surprised. I mean, if you're Franklin, don't you take Arkansas over Virginia Tech?
I don't know, Lance.
I don't.
Really? Your path to the playoff is much easier.
Again, I do bring up, and I think I brought this point up, that if you're one of the two tops in the ACC, you got a much better shot than being one of the top sixes in the SEC.
Yeah, I would say that you take the job where you think you can do the best job. And for James Franklin, what he's able to do, his biggest asset is bringing in talent. He changed the way Penn State, talent-wise, had post-Joe Paterno. And he was a great recruiter. And he was a great recruiter along the Atlantic coast into Georgia and Florida, but specifically in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland, Virginia, and that's still Virginia Tech's recruiting territory. It's an easy sell for him there. Back to the business at hand, Kane Wommack, before we jump off of that real quick. Do you consider it in modern-day football, a coach being mentioned and maybe going through interviews either by Zoom or in person or whatever, a distraction, or do you just think it's par for the course this time of year?
I guess if you're a good coach, I guess it's par for the course. We just see it more and more. And I guess it just is. I mean,
are you more concerned when it's a play caller or defensive play caller or offensive
probably
play caller?
so, but that's generally who it's going to be. I mean, rarely is the wide receivers coach going to,
or the special teams
coach going to get this.
But if you're a head coach CEO, you don't, so many times the good head coaches are calling plays, offensive or defensively, or they're heavy into the game plan. Some are not. Some are that CEO types. But Kane Wommack's very busy trying to
there's no doubt.
Figure out if Deuce Knight's going to play or not.
Yes, obviously. But I also don't think Kane or any coach devotes 24 hours to this, right? I mean, is there an hour where you can bounce to a Zoom and do a preliminary interview?
Or they can come meet you?
Or they can come meet you? I mean, this time of year it's probably going to be a little bit of a Zoom. Or do you tell them, hey, look, my resume's on the field. You watch Saturday, And that's who you're getting. You're getting the guy that's going to coach Alabama's defense on Saturday.
Well, here's the good news for any of these coaches out here. It can't be anything that is the circus that Lane Kiffin has created.
That's right.
So, like, all these guys are going to be below the radar on what's going on.
But I do worry about it, to answer your question. But the other side of it, Jim, is you got coordinators nobody wants. So how appealing is that, right? I mean, I think this is the trade-off you have to have when you have quality coaches, is that people are going to come after them and you're going to end up in these situations.
What Lane Kiffin has said, LT's mentioned it twice. We'll jump over there to what Lane said yesterday in his news conference after we remind you the show being brought to you today by our friends at Inverness Country Club, LT.
The Inverness Country Club, they've got memberships that fit everyone. Hey, if you're looking for a great gift for the family, how about a membership to the Inverness Country Club? It's a win-win for you and the wife. She's got the social membership, you got the golf membership, and you both have childcare right there on site. Dinner with friends, knowing your kid is safe on site is such a big plus. Maybe you work from home. What about working from the club while they watch your kid? Best days happen at the Inverness Country Club. Take a tour of the club today. Call Erin 205-991-8608. That's 205-991-8608. Make sure you tell her the next round sent you. For more information, iccalabama.com.
And our friends at Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living. The website you see on your screen there is at planforme.com, planforme.com. Leslie and her board-certified team dying to help you out right now. A chance for you to, in 2026, lose some weight that's been hard for you to lose. Jump-start it at Way to Wellness. A variety of different ways you can do that. Injection therapies, very popular. The meal replacements, very popular. I use these protein bars that help prevent me from bad snacking, which helps you lose weight throughout the day. And they'll walk you through the process with a free consultation, no contracts, no sign-up fee. Planforme.com. Planforme.com. It's Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living. Ole Miss needs a win against Mississippi State to at least get a home game in the playoffs, most likely. Some people believe that they're locked in. If Lane leaves, that opens the door to maybe them not being locked in. But Lane, every time he's behind a microphone getting asked about his job, when they're going to have a decision and all that, here's Lane Kiffin about is it important to him to finish the season?
If that plays out and you guys are able to go on a run, how important is it to you to finish out the season with this team?
Very important. I've never thought of anything different than that.
And then how much, if at all, have you kind of reflected on your past and leaving or staying different places? And has that helped you kind of wade through this process this time around?
No, I mean, I don't know about all that. I've kind of, over the years of the changes that I've made, I've had a lot of time to reflect and on things that have happened. And I really feel like in age, I've figured out they all happened exactly how they were supposed to happen, when they were supposed to happen. I just didn't think it at the time. I thought they were disasters. And they're just all part of my story. And, I spoke at my dad's funeral when he passed, and I always wondered why we moved so much, because it was hard on us as kids and everything. And I realized that was just all part of his story, and all the people that came to the funeral or wrote notes from all the different places, I realized that was God's plan for him to impact all those people and have all those relationships. And so I think all the stuff that happened how it was supposed to happen.
I mean, that's nice, and that's a great sentiment, and I appreciate that. It kind of feels like you're setting it up to say, that's why I'm going to keep moving, right? That's why I'm going to keep moving. It's God's plan for me to go to LSU and impact more lives at LSU than I did at Ole Miss. I mean, that's kind of what I hear when I hear that, even though it is quite a nice sentiment. I don't mean to dismiss what he is saying about his father's impact.
Yeah, I said it before, like, if you can do something nobody's ever done at your current place, I think that's kind of the move, especially when you can make similar money. Brock Heward yesterday on Unlocked said, hey, look, the place he needs to go if he wants to win a championship is LSU. That's the most appealing job. But the problem is the way LSU's handling the firing of Brian Kelly right now, looking for with calls. Do you think it would be easy to find with calls if you ever want to get rid of Lane Kiffin?
Well, sure. I mean, I don't want to go anywhere that's going to play that kind of game.
Yeah, pay you fired him because he didn't win enough games for you. Pay him his money.
That's right. I just think that is old thinking, though. Not to take a shot at Brock. I understand what Brock's saying. The conventional wisdom is if you want to win a championship, go to LSU. Everybody that coaches there does. But
different world.
It's a different world we live in now. I don't think Lane Kiffin's ability to win a championship is limited by him being at Ole Miss.
I don't either. Now, just because it hasn't been done in modern day football doesn't mean it can't be done. Exactly.
Yeah. Jim, it may be limited by Lane himself. Now, maybe Lane's just not good enough of a coach to do it. Lord knows there are plenty of coaches that have coached college football that are good coaches, but they're not good enough to win a national championship. But I don't think Lane's limited by Ole Miss. If he can win a national championship as a head coach, he can do it at Ole Miss.
Yeah. First of all you need is to be at a place that has an opportunity They're in the SEC, so they've got an opportunity.
So they've got a path to the playoffs.
Secondly, you need a place that's willing to spend money and pour into your program because of the NIL.
And if they aren't, he's not going to stay there. So if he stays there, that means they've said they will.
I think they've already shown that.
Yeah, according to everyone around the league, they are very top-notch when it comes to NIL. In fact, others have tried to model what they've done. He was very early. Lane led the way very early on being dialed into NIL and the transfer portal, and nobody has done it better than Lane.
You need to be, in my opinion, you still need to be in a recruiting hotbed. Lord knows he is. Mississippi produces a ton of players. Alabama produces a ton of players. Louisiana produces a ton of players. You're right in the center of a recruiting hotbed.
He's made it look cool at Ole Miss.
That's right. And Ole Miss lets him do that. Like there's no old school boosted, that ain't the way we do it here, son. That guy doesn't exist at Ole Miss. Ole Miss is like, yes, Lane, make us look cool.
Yeah, you can go 50 uniforms if you want.
That's right.
Yeah,
you want to wear a shirt that says come to the SIP, wear a shirt that says come to the SIP.
That's right.
He gets the liberty to do all those things. So I don't think he's limited at all by Ole Miss.
Yeah. One more from Lane Kiffin. He gets asked if there's anything he'd change about the way he's handled the last couple of weeks.
Obviously, the game's the biggest thing, but for the last 2 weeks, it's been anything but the game. So for you, when you think about how the last 2 weeks has kind of played out, is there anything, if you could, you would change about how your role in the last 2 weeks at all? I mean, is there anything you'd go back and change if you could?
Well, I mean, you say that, but people said the same thing about the Florida game, that there was all this distraction and how could the team focus, and I think they played pretty well. So I don't have anything more to say about that, but I think our team's been very focused since noise has been out there all the way back to the Oklahoma game and the tunnel before that and that morning and everything. What are they, 4-0? So it's a pretty good job by them.
Yeah, and he goes on to say later on that it's just the kids are different now, that they don't worry as much about the coach being here next year as years past, because in their head, they may not be here next year.
Yeah.
They understand if I leave, I'm leaving for more money. They may be leaving for more money. Hell, some of them may be going with me. He didn't say that, but that's the reality.
Sure.
Some of them may be going with me.
Yeah, look, and I mean, it's legitimate. I just don't know if you say it.
Well, he didn't say that. I'm adding this last part here.
Yes, this is
but that's the reality we're in, right?
Yeah.
These players, half the roster's not going to be at Ole Miss next year. Some are going to go to the NFL. Some are going to go to the portal.
How many people are going to be pulling from Mississippi State on
Well,
Friday?
but hey, let me tell you the opposite of that. If you just want the complete chaos, and this is not insane. What if Texas beats Texas A&M and Auburn beats Alabama?
Oh, I know what happens. Ole Miss plays Georgia for the SEC championship.
And now
game.
you've announced, hey, after the Egg Bowl, we're going to announce our intentions, right? So you look at the tiebreakers. You get an A&M win, you get you get a Texas win, you get a Auburn win, and all of a sudden Ole Miss in Atlanta. And now we've said we're going to announce who our coach is or what our coach is going to do. Well, guess what? You got an SEC championship game to play. Just pointing that out.
Yeah. So there is the championship game scenarios. We're going to jump into that one here. So you've got the easiest one is Alabama. They clinch with a win over Auburn. So they're in. A&M, if they beat Texas, they're in. That's it. That's the easiest way.
Yep.
And then everything else comes into play if Texas A&M or Alabama loses. Most likely scenario if Texas A&M loses is Georgia and Alabama.
Yeah.
That's correct still? Yep. And there you see the path to get Ole Miss into the playoffs.
We know nothing is easy,
championship
though.
Game.
So I don't think you're just going to get the A&M Alabama wins.
Yes, does it feel that way? No.
Yeah, we seem to always get Alabama Georgia, so
Yeah, it
Alabama
works its
maybe
way out.
wins a squeaker.
Yeah.
And A&M, I do like Texas a lot against A&M. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I've doubted A&M way too long, but
Yep. What are they, 11-0?
They are, yeah.
Yeah.
I have with
too.
Lance, though. I've doubted them.
I mean, they beat Auburn by what, 6?
It's funny. Back on Unlocked yesterday, I went through like who's national championship ready and just read, a list of 8 to 10 teams and got to A&M, and Brock was like, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who believes in them, to be honest with you, outside of maybe A&M fans.
You watch them play, they can get after them, to get after the quarterback with a great pass rush.
Still don't trust Reed, and I don't trust the defense. Pass rush, great.
The receivers are unbelievable. The run game, you got 2 good backs when Moss is back healthy, and Marcel Reed is is as good a dual threat quarterback as there is in the country.
But let's just say it out loud. Like, it is hard to forget the fact you were down 27-3 to South Carolina in your stadium. I mean, that is hard to forget, isn't it?
30-3.
Well, 30-3, excuse me. Yeah, down 27. 30-3. I mean, I know they came back and won the game. I'm well aware of that. But that is hard to get out of your mind, that the same team that is 11-0 and controls their own destiny to everything also was down 30-3 to South Carolina in their own stadium at the half.
What about 2nd and 18 with $1:17 left on your own 13-yard line, and you have to drive to beat Penn State when you're Indiana?
At least that was on the road.
Yeah.
Like, at least I'll say, okay, that was on the road, can be a difficult place to play. I agree with you.
Yeah, and
but that was far from 27-3 though. 27-3, Jim.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that was a back and forth game
versus ball in hand with a chance to drive and win. I get all that.
At home, how far was Georgia down to Alabama in the first half? Was it 21-3? 21 to?
I mean, it played out like it has the last couple of years, right?
Yeah. How bad did Indiana beat Oregon in Autzen? Pretty handily, right?
What was that? That ended up only being 10.
It went 30-20.
30-20, but it felt like 30-3 if you watched the game.
51-13.
It did. If you watched the game. No, I get that. You can do this with every team. I'm just saying, when I want to doubt Texas A&M, I do remember they were down 30-3 at the half to South Carolina in their own stadium.
Yeah. Michelson viewing menu in a second, but first, the show being brought to you by our friends at JohnstonRVCenter.com. Johnston RV, Brownie.
I-65, exit 304 in Coleman, 334 in Decatur is where you find Johnston RV, where you get stuffed with savings there. $140 a month, as low as that, to get an RV with zero down and approved credit. $140 a month right there at Johnston RV Center. Also, don't forget RV Warranty Forever. Make sure you got a lifetime warranty on everything that is new and qualifying pre-owned Johnston RV. You can see more on all of that at JohnstonRVCenter.com. JohnstonRVCenter.com. Price range for everyone. Again, zero down and approved credit on everything. I-65, exit 304 in Coleman, 334 in Decatur, JohnstonRVCenter.com.
205-969-8100, the number I called more than 2 decades ago. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, best in the business. I was wearing the contacts for more than a decade, wasting money each and every year. If you're doing it, you're doing the exact same thing. Stop procrastinating. How about the gift of sight this holiday season? 205-969-8100. Ask for Amy Toe. The next round sent you. She is going to hook you up with that hassle-free consultation. Zero to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. For more information, MichelsonLaserVision.com.
All right, so all of the new releases that would have released Thursday and Friday have been moved up to today. So today I will be going to the theater to see Zootopia 2.
It looks funny. I saw a preview this morning.
Yeah.
Same cast?
Yes,
yeah, pretty much,
cast. Yeah. My sister's in town, and so we're going to go see it.
So Jason Bateman, Jennifer Goodwin,
Idris Elba.
Yep. And then this one will also have appearances from Andy Samberg, Danny Trejo, Macaulay Culkin, Robert Irwin, and also a cameo from Michael J. Fox as Michael J. the Fox.
That's fantastic. Though the first one was terrific. Zootopia, the first one. My kids were still young enough that we watched that. It's been quite a while that's been out.
I actually saw that one at the theater.
Did you?
Yep.
Yeah, and the second one, I saw it on TikTok this morning. I watched the trailer, and it looks pretty funny.
Yep, I'm expecting to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Am I confused on what Zootopia is?
Perhaps. It's animated. You know it's animated.
Oh, I did not.
Okay. You're thinking, I don't know what you're thinking
of
of.
Zoolander.
I was thinking
with Ben Stiller and Owen
Wilson.
Yeah.
Okay, Ben Stiller. With the mustache, and he's a fashion guy.
I've never seen that.
I've never seen it either.
Was that not
I kept waiting for Ben Stiller's name to pop out, and I was like, I guess we're just assuming he's in there because it's so Zootopia. Oh, the animated one.
Animated,
that's cool.
Yeah. A lot of animals in that one.
Yeah,
they made a Zoolander 2 maybe in 2017-ish, and it got pretty bad reviews.
Yeah, so that's what I thought you were talking about, Zoolander, and I was like, I cannot believe you're that excited about seeing this.
The funniest,
all these other people signed up to be in this.
The funniest part of the first Zootopia is when they're rushing. I can't even remember the whole storyline, but they're rushing to do something. They get to the DMV, and of course, the DMV is run by sloths.
Yeah.
It's so funny. The sloths, he's stamping there. It's so good.
It's great. I'm really looking forward to it. Also today, you've got the new release, Eternity. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. In an afterlife where souls have 1 week to decide where to spend eternity, Joan, played by Elizabeth Olsen, is faced with the impossible choice between the man she spent her life with, played by Miles Teller, and her first love, who died young and has waited decades for her to arrive. So,
big choice there, big choice.
So it's not just two choices, heaven or hell. It's you're in heaven
this is
with
perfect for you, Dunaway. It's
with
a
lot of
fantasy
choices.
rom-com.
Yeah, no, that sounds fantastic. What's the name of it again?
Eternity.
Eternity. Okay.
Yep. And on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, AMC tickets are half price for anyone who is looking to see these new releases today or tomorrow. And then finally on today's viewing menu, Paramount Plus has added The Road, one of the saddest movies I've ever seen.
Ever.
Yeah, I was expecting a post-apocalyptic action movie, and you get a post-apocalyptic just tragedy.
But it is, a story of survival, a bond between father and son, through all the bleakness. Visually, I thought it was an incredible film. Cormac McCarthy, I didn't realize that, the novel was just penned 20 years ago in 2005, but such a good novelist. And really, if you like good film, just be prepared. Brown, this is going to shock you. I own this.
Oh, really?
And I've seen it
DVD?
multiple times,
Yeah.
as depressing as it is, but it is a great film.
Yep, great
Viggo
film.
Mortensen's incredible in it.
Yeah, not one that I go back to all that often because it is so depressing, but it is one I'll revisit every now and again.
Yeah, I'll just give you one little thing. They, it's you don't know what the disaster is, what the apocalypse is, but him and his son, they're rummaging through everything, and he finds an old Coke can, like under a machine, and he gives his son's never had this, and he gives it to his son.
Oh, that first Coke.
And it's probably like years old, and it's just kind of a cool moment. But cannibals in it too, by the way, if you're interested in cannibals.
I'm not really interested in
That is what LT and Tyler are watching today. Clay Travis coming up on the other side of the show, being brought to you by Lance's Lock, lanceslock.com, presented by our friends at Hemp Hill.
Another winning night last night. Good night in college hoops. Jump on board, win with us. College football today. More college hoops all day long. We'll have those up shortly for you. Free play every single day at lanceslock.com. Always brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill Services. Trusted name Birmingham has trusted since 1954 for all of your plumbing, heating, cooling. Any of those issues arise in your home or business, they are ready to serve you. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there. Hard to stop a train. For more information, hemphillservices.com.
Yo, kinfolk, what's good, man? Let me holler at you for a minute. You know how life can be life. You're out there chasing that dollar. Every dollar is accounted for going somewhere. Then all of a sudden, bam! Out of nowhere, a car accident. All I had to do was hit up my people at Alexander Shinara Trial Attorney. You already know when that dude Alex pulls up the trial, he shuts down the litigation situation. Yo, go to Shinara.com. Hit him up at 659-777-7777.
Call me, Alabama.
No representation that legal services provided are better than any other provider.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
When you crave activity like we do, you belong in the Roback family. Get the best golf wear, hoodies, and activewear for men and women at Roback.com. Use promo code TNR20 to get 20% off your order. That's Roback.com, promo code TNR20.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the next round to tell you about my friends at Michelson Laser Vision, located conveniently UAB Highlands. Almost 20 years ago, I went in for the procedure. Only took 12 minutes for both eyes. When I went in, I had 2200 vision. I was legally blind. Now I have 20/15 vision, still 19 years later. Make the call today. Schedule a hassle-free consultation, 969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, Michelson Laser Vision. Make sure you tell them the next round sent you, 969-8100 or MichelsonLaserVision.com.
Thanksgiving is here, and let the New York Butcher Shop be the place to get all of your holiday meal items. Their premium turkeys are fresh, free-range, and hormone-free. The New York Butcher Shop also has a wide selection of chef-prepared side items to help save you time in the kitchen. Pick up a bottle of wine, and your meal will be complete. Turkeys are selling fast, so place your order today. 2 locations to serve you, in Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service.
Catch up on all of today's Next Round on demand through the podcast platform of your choice. Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcasts. Wherever you listen, always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you never miss any part of the Next Round.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemphill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemphill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemphill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemphill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between two warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
This hour of the show being brought to you in part by our friends at Coca-Cola. For you Alabama and Auburn fans getting ready for the big game this weekend, enjoy the refreshing taste of Coke Zero Sugar, because fan work is thirsty work.
In this segment last week, we half joked that Clay Travis was about to interview the Pope. But as Dunaway said, if you are in Rome, you're either there on vacation or there on work. And if you're there on work, you're interviewing the Pope. Clay spent some time with Pope Leo, and he joins us now on the Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys Hotline. What is up, Clay? How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing wonderful. What is the Vatican like? What is being around the Pope like? That sounds fascinating.
It was pretty awesome. As you guys well expected when you first met me, it was only a matter of time until I'd be hanging out with the Pope and the President.
That's right.
But in all seriousness, I mean, the story, I couldn't get into it because anytime I have one of these things set up, and we've had a bunch of them over the years, there's always the possibility that they go awry at the last minute because, these are serious people with serious jobs and all sorts of things can happen. But one of my law school buddies from Vanderbilt bought the Chicago White Sox. And that's a pretty cool thing to do. I thought I was successful, and then, he's just dunked all over me financially and everywhere else. And we were kind of chatting, and we were like, hey, what would be a cool way for you to introduce yourself to Chicago area sports fans who don't really know you? I said, you know what, we should go to the Vatican, and you should invite the Pope to throw out the first pitch. And he was like, well, that's a really good idea. How does that happen? I, sort of put the wheels in motion and was able to make that happen last week.
Yeah, it's terrific and really cool. By the way, our director of video, Scott Forrester, is the biggest White Sox fan I know. He is a lifelong White Sox fan, so I thought it was cool that Scott, do you want Clay to get you tickets or anything? I mean, what should we do here, Scott?
Hey, I'm in.
Okay.
He is working on getting a new stadium built. I think that's no great surprise. And so, look, I mean, to me, it's just a vintage, really good, positive sports story that I legitimately don't think anybody can be upset about in the whole country.
Okay.
And I hope that the Pope is able to come when that new stadium opens and be the first person to throw out the first pitch. I think it would just be a awesome kind of a moment. I mean, the fact that we have an American Pope in the first place is pretty awesome in my mind. I didn't think that would happen in my life. I don't think anybody anticipated that would happen. It was an awesome trip. We got to do a lot of cool things. I've been to Italy. This is only the second time I've ever been to Italy. But we got a night tour of the Vatican, and that doesn't happen very often. And we were the only people in the Sistine Chapel, which is, I mean, it's awe-inspiring when you're in there with, I don't know how many people, hundreds of people are allowed in there at one time when I went on a tour before. But at night, when there's nobody else there, it's even more awe-inspiring. So it was just a really, really cool trip last week.
How does the conversation develop, and what are you guys talking about when you sit down with the Pope?
Well, it's a fast meeting, right, relatively speaking. So he does this, and there's people who are way smarter than me on, the terminology, but he does basically a public event every Wednesday in St. Peter's Square. And at the end of that event, he greets people, accepts, handshakes. I don't know, relatively limited number of people get to come up. And so Justin got to present him. It was a cool idea. We came up with this too, an autographed jersey of the 2005 White Sox World Series champion team. So he was in the crowd, Pope Leo was, for that game. So he is legit, not a fake one. Sometimes people pretend to be fake fans. He was legitimately blown away. The Pope shared the photo on his Instagram account, which I'm told he doesn't do very often. And they said, hey, we think this was, at his behest because he was so impressed with this. He knew that the offer was coming. In order to reach out, you have to get an official papal invite, and he has to agree to meet you. There's a very old school process by which the ambassador to the Vatican requests a meeting and informs them what would be going on. And so all that was the background to getting the jersey to the Pope. And it was pretty cool. We got to ride in a motorcade with the ambassador into the Vatican, which is not bad, through the streets of Rome with your motorcade. And then you just roll up in the back of the Vatican and get out and get to, convey that offer. And he accepted. It's going to take several years. So we'll see, hopefully it will come to fruition when they know, hey, it's going to be the first game's going to happen in the new stadium on this date. But yeah, it was awesome. It was just a fun, positive story.
Does he have an official photographer like the president does in the Oval Office?
Yeah.
Will you have pictures someday?
Oh, yeah. The pictures are up, I think. I think they're up on Instagram. You can go see the Pope there, and it's all out and about. So, yeah, it was pretty awesome.
All right, we got football on the field this weekend. A fascinating weekend in the SEC. Georgia has done their work. But now you got Texas A&M, Alabama, and Ole Miss that have to do theirs, and there's a certain combination where all three of those teams could end up playing in the conference championship game. If you had to put Clay Travis money down right now, the SEC championship game would feature which two teams?
The tie breaks get confusing. I was reading them up on them last night. So I think I've already bet. I think Texas is going to beat Texas A&M.
Okay.
So that would make it more challenging, obviously, for A&M to get in. I think Auburn's going to beat Alabama.
Okay.
And so obviously that would knock Alabama out. I'm not 100%. I'm betting Mississippi State to cover. I'm not 100% sure that Ole Miss wins. I do think Oklahoma will win. I do think that who's the additional team out there? Georgia will win. Obviously, that's not an SEC
Yeah, they play Georgia
game.
Tech, right.
Yeah. So if we run through all those different circumstances, I think my title game would be Georgia against A&M. I think that's the permutations of how that would break down. So that's what I would roll with.
Okay, Clay, can you buy this? I said yesterday on the show that I believe this could be the most disastrous Alabama loss in the history of the Iron Bowl. Based on circumstances, year two, Kalen DeBoer, 9-3 last year, missed a 12-team playoff. It looked like it was certain they were going to be in this year. They lose as a touchdown favorite to a offensively challenged Oklahoma team at home, turning it over 3 times. They lost earlier this year to a 5-6 Florida State team. And now you're playing an Auburn team with an interim coach and a backup quarterback with everything on the line. I completely think the fan base will flip on Kalen DeBoer if he loses this game. Can you make an argument? You've watched a lot of Iron Bowls. This would be one of the most disastrous losses in Alabama history.
Well, I think it's particularly bad because it's one thing when you lose and you get knocked out of a 4-team playoff or you get knocked out of a championship game in the BCS era, but it's really hard to be in that top 3, top 4, top 5 world. For Kalen DeBoer to go 0 for 2 on the 12-team playoff and for him to lose to a 5-6, right? 5-6 Auburn team that really hasn't won a good game, hasn't really beaten anybody good all year. I know Baylor, I guess, probably. I know they've been competitive in a lot of games. I mean, they played Vanderbilt very, very well. Offense has suddenly shown up the past couple of weeks. But, yeah, I think the stakes are massive because if you win, you're in the SEC championship game. You're playing for a bye into the Final Four, into the second round as one of the 4 teams that gets a bye. If you lose, then Kalen DeBoer is going to enter the season on the hottest of hot seats. He'll have gone back-to-back 9-3, right? I think Alabama fans will be looking around saying, particularly, we'll see what happens with Ty Simpson, whether he leaves or not. But I think this was expected to be a really, really talented team. And 9-3 is I think nothing short of a failure. So yeah, look, I mean, the pressure here is squarely on Alabama. Auburn gets to go out and they have nothing to lose. In the last 2 games in the Iron Bowl, Alabama has pulled a rabbit out of their hat in terms of being able to rally late and get the win. It's a cliche, but it's accurate. You guys know better than anybody. Everybody listening knows the Iron Bowl is a proverbial throw the record books out game. And I just feel like Alabama is walking into a tough spot where they have all the pressure, and Auburn can play loose. You know, it's the kind of situation where if Auburn fakes a punt and it doesn't work, no Auburn fans are like, fire the coach. Whereas if Kalen DeBoer tries to do something a little bit risky and it doesn't work, everybody at Alabama loses their mind. It's just, it's kind of the equivalent of being the second team in an overtime scenario where you're going to go for it on 4th down every time. And as a result, you can kind of adjust your play calling. I feel like Auburn's going to be essentially going for it on 4th down the whole game. And the longer it stays close, I think the tighter Alabama's going to get.
I don't feel like, Clay, that there is a realistic path here. I think Dunaway agrees with me. Lance feels that there should be for Vanderbilt. I don't see a realistic path. I mean, if they beat your Volunteers 10-2, it's going to be remarkable. I just do not see a realistic path for them in this whole thing. Do you?
Yeah, I think it requires some of the other 10-2 or better SEC teams losing. Look, if Alabama loses, and drops out of the playoff, if you have a situation where, Oklahoma, somehow LSU shows up and beats Oklahoma, I think you can look. Does Lane Kiffin announces that they lose the Egg Bowl, and then Lane Kiffin announces on Saturday that he's bouncing and leaving Ole Miss? I mean, how does the committee handle that? I think there's a lot of uncertainty that could still happen. That could open the door. I still think, look, the SEC is going to get 5 right now, and I think one of those 5 just needs to basically remove themselves. I think only Georgia and Texas A&M are 100% in right now, right, no matter what happens in their games. I think, by the way, Ohio State, Indiana, and Oregon are the other 3. I think they're basically 5 spots taken. I guess, Dante Moore could get injured and, you can come up with a scenario where Oregon loses to Washington and everything kind of falls apart for them. But I don't think that's likely. I think there's 5 spots taken. I think, we'll see what happens. I tend to think I've been saying all season, if you get to 10 wins in the SEC, I've said it since we went to 12 playoff teams, you're going to make the playoff. And so I think if Vandy beats Tennessee, which, by the way, I don't think they will, but if they do, then they get to, I think they'll find their way in the playoff.
With the current construct of the college football calendar, I know it's difficult to navigate if you've got a team potentially in the college football playoff when you're maybe interviewing for other jobs. But this Lane Kiffin thing has gotten somewhat disastrous. I don't know where you are on Kiffin. LSU is obviously an appealing job, but the way they're handling the firing of Brian Kelly, trying to get it with calls, with the government's involvement. Ultimately, do you think Lane Kiffin takes this job, and how do you think he's handling right now the situation at Ole Miss?
Well, I think he's in a tough spot because he probably is thinking to himself, I don't want to decide the next 10 years in theory of my life based on how 10 days go. I think there's a lot of people out there that have had, probably not $15 million jobs, but at some point in your life, you may have had good options, liked where you were, but wondered how to, finagle a process of leaving. It's why a part of me thinks, I know a lot of people aren't talking about the Giants or the Titans jobs, but that would actually make more sense to me because he could coach the rest of the way through the playoff. He's not actively working against his own team's interest in terms of the transfer portal and trying to get guys signed to NIL. I just don't see any way that Lane Kiffin, if Ole Miss makes the playoff, can take another job and coach Ole Miss as long as they keep winning. I see it how it works in the NFL. I don't see how Ole Miss can let him. So we maybe end up with some sort of Steve Fisher situation for the old school guys and gals out there. I think that was like 1988 where Michigan's coach left and then Steve Fisher stepped in and won a national title with Michigan coaching the rest of the way. They said, if you're not going to be with us, we don't want you to finish coaching here. And I feel like Ole Miss is kind of in a tough spot here as a result of all this. Yep. Let me just put it simply. If Lane Kiffin were going to stay in Ole Miss, he would have agreed to a $15 million extension already, and he would have put this all behind him, and it actually would be a motivating and rallying factor for his team. The fact that he has not done that, to me, is sort of it feels inevitable to me that he wants to leave. And so I'm curious to see how Ole Miss is going to show up in the Egg Bowl. It's why I've bet Mississippi State personally to cover that 7.
All right, he is Clay Travis, founder of Outkick. Clay Travis on social media is where you find him. You see him on Fox as well. Clay, thank you very much for the time. Have a great Thanksgiving.
All right, see y'all. And as always, I expect to be introduced now as His Holiness when I come on the show. I'm not sure anybody's more godly.
Cardinal Clay Travis, yes. Thank you, Clay. We'll see you. Clay with us on the Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys Hotline.
And the show being brought to you by our friends at CPAP Plus Sleep Home, Alabama.
Our friends Joe O'Neill, Woody O'Neill. Got to see Joe and his lovely wife yesterday. They've got a great promotion going on. They've got 5 locations throughout the state. They've got 3 right here in Birmingham, and they want to remind you, look, how important that great night of sleep is. You need to get the 8 hours. If you're not getting the 8 hours, you're yawning all day. You need those naps. Our friends at O'Neill Medical and CPAP Plus are running the Show Your Score promotion right now. Stop by one of those Alabama locations, Birmingham locations, Pelham, Trustful, Inverness on Highway 280. No appointment needed. Show your ResMed My Air Sleep Score. Automatically entered to win a brand new ResMed Air Mini Travel CPAP worth $900. The Show Your Raffle Score runs through December 31st. Get all the details at o'neillmed.com. That is ONEAL med.com.
And just a great place to buy some holiday gifts. Our friends at the Pants Store. You can jump by there right now and pick up great gear for Alabama and Auburn fans at thepantstore.com, pantstore.com, or at the stores in your neighborhood, whether it's Auburn and Tuscaloosa, Huntsville, or all over the Birmingham area. Name brands like Gentile, Cutter and Buck, Antigua, and also the dresses and rompers for the ladies in your life as well. But for the guys, they got hats, man. They got quarter zips, sweatshirts, polos. They got it all for you. Perfect to help Santa get the Alabama and Auburn team gear all right there at Pants Store, pantstore.com. Free gift wrapping and free shipping as well, pantstore.com. They'll take care of you. Not free shipping, excuse me, free gift wrapping and free, what's it called when you hem it up?
Alterations.
Free alterations. Thank you,
sir.
Brownie.
Yes.
Tender moment of the day. Brownie will tell you about Bojangles in a second. Our friends with Forrester's favorite hockey team, the NHL Chicago Blackhawks. They drafted Mason West as our tender moment of the day. First-round draft pick, Mason West. He said, guys, I will join your organization and start doing stuff after I play one more year of high school football. I'm not going to leave my guys. I've only got so much time to be with my boys in high school. I'm the quarterback of the high school football team. I appreciate you guys drafting me here in the summer in the first round of the NHL draft, but I'm going to play quarterback one more time with my boys.
Well, good for Mason. I think these kids, the reclassification, like, be a kid. Live your high school years.
Edina High School in Minnesota this past weekend wins the state championship.
How about that?
He says, I'm going to hang around with my boys. They go on and they win the state championship. Mason West, the 25 state champs, Edina football, and now he's off to have a great NHL career with the Chicago Blackhawks.
Like, you see these stories occasionally that legitimately, if Disney did a movie about it, you'd laugh it off the screen. Like, kid gets drafted by a professional sports franchise, is like, me and the boys, we're going to play one more year, and they go win the state championship. People are like, this is the most ridiculous story ever.
You know Disney would hokey it up.
Well, they would, but I mean, this is a legitimate story that
it's hard to believe.
The storyline itself, you would laugh off the silver screen. And here it is happening. Good for him, man. Boy, I bet there was a lot of held breath, though, don't you think? If you're his dad, if you're the Blackhawks front office, every game, I'm like, please
definitely an insurance policy put on.
Please don't get hurt.
Before we get to 4 downs, Bojangles with that tender moment of the day. Tell us about that.
Yeah, our friends at Bojangles can be your holiday party solution. You want a unique holiday party? Let our friends at Bojangles cater it for you. Those ham-breaded chicken tenders, those bow bites, the great sides, the biscuits, the fried chicken, the sweet tea. All right there from our friends at Bojangles. Those bow bites, hand-breaded chicken tender bites, peach honey pepper sauce that you dip them in. That is great for for lunch or dinner. You could also get some breakfast there. And let them cater your tailgate party, your watch parties for college football, your holiday parties, all of that right there from our friends at Bojangles, where it is always bow time.
And our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama taking care of you today. Your health as you age from your 20s to your 30s to 40s, guys. They want you to stay on top of your health. Prostate Cancer Awareness Month in November coming to an end here after Thanksgiving. Always stay on top of your health. Early detection literally saves life. They've got 16 locations in the central Alabama area. For over 70 years, the best urological care with the best urologist. Urology Centers of Alabama. Find a location near you and get more details at urologycentersalabama.com or make an appointment today, 205-930-0920.
First down.
Of the current Alabama quarterbacks in the NFL, which will ultimately have the second best career? We're going to go on and give Jalen Hurts, with a Super Bowl championship, multiple Super Bowl appearances. We'll say that he is going to be the best, but who would you guys say will be the second best?
I think statistically Tua is going to end up with some big numbers, but I don't think he's ever going to win a championship. Pains me to say that, but I'm just being objective here, Jim. I mean, if Mac Jones could stick around and start for the 49ers, I think he'd have a shot at getting a ring. That's just a good enough franchise that, you'd have a shot at it.
Yeah, it's so weird. Brock Purdy so good last week against Cardinals, coming back, and then so bad last night, even in the win. And Bryce Young, no consistency. When Bryce is good, he's really, really good, but the offensive line still isn't great for the Panthers. I mean, I think I would say Bryce, although Tua's already played in a playoff game.
Yeah, he has. Lost it, but he's played in it.
I'll go Bryce. He'll win that division at some point and maybe make a run.
Could be this year.
I'll go Bryce Young.
I mean, that was such an important game for them with Baker Mayfield's injury last night. They could have taken the lead in that division, and I don't know if your Bucks
still only a half game back, 6-5, 6-6. But I'll go Bryce Young.
Second down.
Optically, what would be the worst loss this weekend? Ole Miss in the Egg Bowl or Alabama in the Iron Bowl?
Either one. It's rivalry games, and when you lose those are big. I would say, I guess, Alabama losing because it would eliminate them from the playoff. Ole Miss still in the playoffs with a loss.
I think they could still be out.
Yeah, but the optics are going to be Ole Miss lost this game because their coach has created a multitude of distractions. That's going to be the optics. Like, no matter how this game plays out, Ole Miss could play their A game and State just plays out of their mind. Everybody's going to say they lost this game because of Lane Kiffin. So that's going to be optically, to me, the worst loss.
Third down.
So take either one of those guys. Ole Miss, Alabama, or now throw in your defending national champion, #1 Ohio State. If they were to lose 5 consecutive times to Michigan, would that be worse than either Ole Miss losing to Mississippi State or Alabama losing to Auburn?
Yeah.
Because not only does it allow I mean, the chatter continues, but you also allow Michigan in the college football playoff.
Yeah. And
not necessarily, but yeah.
But no, I think you put them in the
Big Ten
championship, which at that point they're locked in. I don't know if Klatt just answered this off the cuff yesterday, but when Lance asked him about the goodwill and how much of it do you give back if you lose this game, and he says all of it. I guess that's where they are as a fan base. Like, you won a national championship, but you have thrown all that capital back on the fire by losing yet again to Michigan. I guess that's where their fan base is. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if that's where they are.
I love the hypotheticals, and I heard a really, really dumb one that I would be all about last week, and it was asking Ohio State fans, you can win 5 consecutive national championships, but every one of those you lose to Michigan those years, and they were like, we can't do it.
No, I don't think most fans would do that. I don't think an Alabama fan or an Auburn fan would do that.
Oh, for the national championship?
Not 5 straight national championships and 5 straight losses to your
you're
rival.
Crazy.
No, I'm not.
That's insanity.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, I mean, y'all can say it's insane all you want, but you go talk to real fans.
Yeah.
And they're
so
gonna
you just
say-
answered what you believe about this weekend. I mean, if Ryan Day loses his 5th consecutive.
Yeah. So you tell me, do you remember the Iron Bowl in 2017? I don't. Never think about it. Not one time.
I mean, I was at the game. I watched the game, but you do that 5 straight years, hell yeah, you're going to remember it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're kidding yourself.
I mean,
if
you
don't
can drop a
remember
hell in there all you want. I don't think if you give me
Heck
5
yeah.
national championships.
Darn yes.
Yeah.
No.
2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. Is that 5 yet? National champions?
Yeah, and you lose to your rival every single one of those years, yes.
No close. The championship is what you're playing for.
The championship is what you're playing for. I mean, it would kind of suck. It would diminish it a little bit, but you would immediately forget when they're sitting on the couch watching you hold up the trophy.
Yeah, I'm telling you what I think the average fan would say, and I think the average fan would say, I will take 4 championships, but I got to beat my rival at some point.
Yeah. I don't.
I mean, it's such an insane discussion because I don't think it could really happen.
Yeah,
but.
I don't either, but in that scenario, I mean, we've seen it happen.
It could
Ohio
happen this
State
year.
last year.
No, it can't happen 5 straight years.
But Alabama did it in 17.
Yeah,
Ohio State did it
I'm
last
saying
year. I mean,
one-offs, but
I'm
it
saying
wouldn't
that
happen 5 straight years.
This could be back-to-back years.
Yeah.
Ohio State realistically could lose this game but still win the national championship.
And you will have Ohio State fans that feel like that is a hollow national championship.
you have some, yes, not the majority. The 10% on the fringes you don't care about. You when you were talking about your social media the other day, and I don't either. Those 10% are going to be mad about everything. They're mad about oxygen, too much oxygen. I want more hydrogen. So those people are just insane. The people that want to do things to get people fired up on social media, those aren't real fans. Real fans take championships over a single win over anybody. Championships, man. It's about championships.
It's about championships.
Yeah.
4th down.
If you've won 5 straight, 4 out of 5 is still incredible. Too.
Another one of the great differences between the NFL and college football. Like, my Rams could lose 2 games in a year to San Francisco, but as long as they win a Super Bowl, who cares?
You don't care at all.
Let's win it on their field this year.
It's a different feeling in the NFL.
It is. Christina Applegate, 54 years old today. Wasn't she Kelly Bundy and Married with Children?
She was.
Who was y'all's all-time TV crush?
Alyssa Milano, who's the boss era Alyssa Milano. Yeah, back in the day.
Before she got all the tats.
And then Nicole Eggert. Alyssa Milano and Nicole Eggert.
I was going Nicole Eggert, Charles in Charge.
Charles in Charge. She was
I don't remember what was ever going on. I know Scott Baio was in the show. There was some kind of
didn't matter.
nanny or butler or something, but just watching her run around was...
Nicole Eggert was absolute fire in Charles in Charge.
Did you ever see the movie Blown Away?
What do you laugh? Yes, I knew that was going to come up. I have seen the scene.
The teddy bear?
I haven't seen the movie. I've seen the scene, yes.
The movie is horrible.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
I can't remember the show.
That was before she went to see Dr. B.
It's okay.
It was Joe. It was a bunch of girls at school.
Facts of Life?
Facts of Life. I like Joe.
Joe?
I felt like she could teach me how to throw a football.
I think Joe had a dick.
No, I like Jennifer Aniston. Back in the day, Jennifer Aniston. Early days of Friends.
Oh, early days of Friends. Jennifer Aniston was
Joe.
Yeah.
I like the line. No, I like
edge.
the line. You think I thought she could teach me how to throw a football.
Change your oil.
That's she actually did
I
on the
think
show.
that's what she did. She was a mechanic.
That's 4 downs today, brought to you in part by our friends at Michelson Laser Vision.
205.
Yep.
969-8100, the number I called back in 2003. Dr. Warren Michelson, the first to perform the laser procedure in the state of Alabama in 1995. Very important. Ask for Amy Toh. The next round sent you. She's going to hook you up with that hassle-free consultation. Dr. Warren Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, best in the business. Make the phone call that I made, 205-969-8100 or michelsonlaservision.com.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
Yo, kinfolk, what's good, man? Let me holler at you for a minute. You know how life can be life. You're out there chasing that dollar. Every dollar is accounted for going somewhere. Then all of a sudden, bam! Out of nowhere, a car accident. All I had to do was hit up my people at Alexander Shannara Trial Attorney. You already know when that dude Alex pulls up the trial, he shuts down the litigation situation. Yo, go to Shannara.com. Hit him up at 659-777-7777.
Call me, Alabama.
No representation that legal services provided are better than any other provider.
This hour of the Next Round is presented by the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, now featuring 7 days of giveaways with your chance to win a share of up to $125,000. The more you visit the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, the more chances you have to win.
Make me wanna. It's here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Thanksgiving is here, and let the New York Butcher Shop be the place to get all of your holiday meal items. Their premium turkeys are fresh, free-range, and hormone-free. The New York Butcher Shop also has a wide selection of chef-prepared side items to help save you time in the kitchen. Pick up a bottle of wine, and your meal will be complete. Turkeys are selling fast, so place your order today. 2 locations to serve you, in Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service.
Never miss anything from the Next Round when you listen on demand through the podcast platform of your choice, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcast, wherever you listen. Always like, follow, subscribe, turn on automatic download so you can catch every part of the Next Round. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed, and support the show by following, subscribing, and turning on automatic downloads on any podcast platform. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed. Thanks for always making the Next Round a big part of your day.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemphill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemphill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemphill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemphill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Get all your favorite Next Round gear all in one place, nextround.store. From our Next Round hats to the logo tees to the all-time best-selling Y'all Can Have the Rest shirt, you can look your best by shopping with us at nextround.store. Take the Next Round anywhere with nextround.store. Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Back with you on the Next Round as we continue on today. I saw in the commercial break you were rolling my crush Jennifer Aniston and I My wife didn't understand when I sent that to her what was happening.
Make me wanna kiss,
Why are you sending me this?
And who is this person that vaguely looks like Jennifer Aniston and just turns her head?
And both people completely change.
Yeah, they're in different places and they kiss.
Yeah. All I care about is about mid-temple back stays the same. Makes it realistic for me. I had to explain to her. She really didn't get it. She did not find it very funny at all.
Okay.
The show being brought to you by our friends at Alabama Power.
Yeah, some severe storms rolling through the deep south. Our friends at Alabama Power, as of about 2 hours ago, about 40,000 people still without power. Obviously know they are working on that and trying to get it back to you as quickly as possible. One thing you can do is make sure that you've got the tools to prevent outages, and Alabama Power has those. A team on call 24/7. They're keeping you safe and in the loop when storms hit. But you can stay ahead, too. Why don't you go to alabamapower.com/storm for some storm safety tips, just how to report an outage so you make sure they know, and how to stay updated when storms are coming so you can be prepared ahead of time. They've got all the tools for you right there at alabamapower.com/storm, alabamapower.com/storm. If the storms hit you hard, hopefully everything will get straightened out as quickly as possible, and know that Alabama Power is working on that as quickly as they can.
Ryan Grubb, the offensive coordinator for Alabama, moved down to the sidelines against Eastern Illinois. So, of course, the question yesterday is that something you're going to continue down at Auburn, or are you moving back up to the booth?
How was the sideline, and do you expect to be back there?
It was great. And, yeah, that was something I've been thinking about, honestly, since the beginning of the year. And the last few weeks, it's kind of been adding up on me a little bit. And I just felt like I could make a difference, honestly. Some of it was for me, selfishly, to make sure that my communication with the coaches and players is where I want it to be. So I feel good about the plays that I'm calling in the next series. But even just being down there with Ty and Keelan and Austin was great. Obviously, think the world of Nick and trust him. He does a just fantastic job with those guys on the sideline. But for me, just being right there in the thick of it and being able to make the adjustments I want to make felt really good. So it was great being down there.
Okay, so they made the switch, and it sounds like he'll be on the sidelines at Jordan-Hare Stadium. I love that.
I wondered when I see coaches do this. There was a game I was watching Saturday, and they kept showing the coordinator in the booth, and he was the one – I wish I could remember which game it was. He was the one calling the plays in. And I remember thinking –
it's the Oklahoma game. The Missouri guy was doing it.
Maybe so. There was another one I was watching, though. But I just remember, and when I saw Grubb on the sideline, I remember thinking, if I'm in the helmet communication – I would like to be in a situation where I can make eye contact with my quarterback.
I think Colin Klein was doing it for Oregon.
Yeah, maybe so. I mean,
Colin Klein for A&M. Will Stein.
Will Stein for Oregon. But you know what I'm saying is, if I'm going to do in helmet, I want some eye contact.
You guys will give me, to make a switch like this deep in the year, he feels like something's not working.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Like if this offense was clicking, I mean, everybody is superstitious.
That's
like,
right.
Yeah, he's going to be like, hey, everything's good here. He changed this up for a reason, and it probably was communication with Ty.
If the offense is clicking, not only do I stay in the box, we sit in the same order that we have sat in every single game. That's the way coaches are, you know?
No, but this is something's being lost. Ty's not seeing it the way he was seeing it. Or maybe I'm not communicating it the way I'm communicating it or was communicating it to Ty. Something's off a bit, so let's shake it up. Let me get down there, boots on the ground, and see what's happening. I think it's an interesting move. I think it's a positive move, especially going into this game, this place, this weekend. So that's put that down. Ryan Grubb on the sidelines at Jordan-Hare Stadium. He'll get the full effect of what's going on. Let's get to our upset alert, the last one of the year. That's how the fans voted last week. They didn't want to do the bowl game.
That is correct. They said this is it. We're at the end. They had no problem with me or Scott winning.
All right. So last one of the year. Before we hit the open, Twin Peaks brings us the show. Tell us about Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks, home of that 29-degree signature beer. Make sure you stop into the lodge. The Twin Peak girls running around in 3D. All of the action. 2 college football games tonight. College basketball wall to wall. If you need to escape the in-laws, any of the family over the Thanksgiving weekend, great place to hang out. Twin Peaks for lunch or dinner. Get into one of those participating locations today.
The College Football Spotlight.
Sound the alarm. College football's upset alert.
All right, so It's brought to you by our friends Alexander Shannara.
It is the Shannara Spotlight every single day. Our guy Alexander Shannara brings you the spotlight when you're in need of an attorney. Shannara.com, Shannara.com. That is the place you start. Alexander Shannara wanted to build a firm that would help his community. He has done just that. You know they take care of personal injury claims, but it is so much deeper than that. What you may not know is beyond that, they take care of fire and storm damage claims, bad drug and device claims, disability, workers' compensation, and a host of other claims. When you find yourself in need of a lawyer, Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys, you pay nothing unless they win your case. Shannara.com, Shannara.com.
All right, so first of all, the rules. It's got to be 4.5, which is why we usually shut it down right now, because you don't have really a lot of choices next week. 5 points for a cover, 5 points plus the spread for an outright win. We all have horror stories. Mine was a run gap fit last week, a missed field goal the week before that, a couple of covers. All right, I had a couple of more wins. Man, just walk-off field goal for Utah State 2 weeks ago.
That's right.
That's a win.
Yeah, so close.
Yeah. Last week, one run fit gap would have been a different story. But here are the standings. Brown, again, impressed with everybody this year.
Oh, yeah.
With the outright wins.
Yes.
Yeah, 10, 13, 15, 17 outright winners.
Don't even know why I drew this. I can't even even with this biggest point spread on the board, I can't get back in.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. I said this before the show, 71.5. Very, very proud of that effort by me.
You should be.
I think most years that wins it, but just an unbelievable effort from Brown and Forrester this year on upset alert. Brown bandit later. Let's start with Brooks, who has rallied with 2 outright winners and 35 points, trying to move out of the basement. Brooks, as the Chicago White Sox of this game, what do you have for us here this week?
I'm taking the philosophy of once your bracket's busted in the NCAA tournament, I just want all hell to break loose this weekend from that standpoint. Embracing chaos, I don't think they're going to win, but I'm going to take Michigan because I think it would be fun to see Ohio State go down.
Hell to the victors.
Right, Michigan.
There's that blue marker.
Yeah.
Lights out.
Not that bad, Lance. Jeez.
It's every week. Every week. Lance, worry about that.
You were out last week, Lance, and Tyler had to fill in with the critique of the marker.
Yeah, Tyler did it 3 times. 3 times at upset alert. Tyler's like,
there goes the red marker.
Goes the red
It's like
marker.
putting the empty carton of milk back in the fridge. You know, dumbasses do that.
Yeah.
I pick up markers and they're completely shot. Like, let's at least throw them away.
Do you throw them away then, though?
Yeah.
This is from the new pack that Bo bought. So this has got plenty of ink in it.
Plenty of ink. We got all next year.
And did they stop making the markers, or can we buy new ones?
They're like 50 cents a pop.
I mean, it's like we're in post. What kind of dramas do you like? Post-apocalyptic.
Yeah.
It's like we're in a post-apocalyptic. We're gonna find a marker. We need to make it last forever.
Neo-noir.
Brooks, Lance didn't say you were a dumbass. He just said you do the things that a dumbass would do.
Yeah. So
I didn't say. I said dumbasses that put a empty carton of milk back in the fridge, right?
Which infer means dumbass behavior.
Yes,
it is dumbass behavior. Yes.
LT, what do you have?
Look, because I've half-assed the last couple of weeks on this pick, and last week was Syracuse. Was Syracuse close?
It was
21-0 before they took an offensive snap.
Yes.
I was playing, look, I mean, it's the number 2 offense, the number 2 defense in college football in Indiana, big rivalry game with Purdue. It's a half-ass train, a half-ass logo. We don't have a yellow that's going to work.
No, yellows are big. That's our Achilles heel in this.
So
I don't hate the train.
Yeah,
Okay.
Thank you for saving the black marker.
I have a yellow that works over here, by the way.
Do you?
It's fine.
Hogging the yellow.
That train is going off the tracks. Like the train's going to get robbed. It's going to go off the tracks. Everybody's dying. It's going to explode.
Yeah.
They have 0 shot of beating Purdue or Indiana, but I'm still going to throw it out.
I actually think 2 of my 3 hit.
So how are we going to determine which one you're playing?
Oh, I've redlined the 2 that didn't get played.
This is such a Wimp Sanderson thing. Yeah. Like if I put 3 out there, one's going to hit.
No. I redlined the 2 that I'm not playing. I'm going to take West Virginia plus the 23.5. Actually, as my first outright winner earlier this year when they beat Pitt, I believe.
Okay.
For an outright winner, I'm going to take West Virginia plus 23.5. Add 5 to that. That is 27.5.
Does that get you home?
If Brown misses, does that get me to the top, Forrester?
It should.
Yeah, I believe.
27.5 plus 71.
Yeah, that incredible.
Yeah, that would get you there.
Yeah, the high-octane West Virginia offense against that Texas Tech defense.
Yep.
Seems like a formula for success.
Hey, are you doubting Mountain Mama at home in Morgantown where we're bringing back burning couches?
Burn a couch.
Burn a couch. Give me Mountain Mama, West Virginia. They only beat the good teams.
That's true. Pitt.
Yeah.
They beat Pitt, Texas Tech.
And there was one other team they beat that they were not supposed to beat. Arizona State, maybe?
Oh, maybe.
It's the Big 12,
Boy,
so that's
you're
possible.
talking about a disaster for the Big 12.
If Texas Tech lost this game?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a 5-alarm fire.
Becomes a one-bid league.
In a hurry. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Let's go next to Forrester. What do you have, Forrester?
All right, I probably overthought this here, but I needed a game that would give me enough points to catch up to the Bandit, and 2, a game that I didn't think the Bandit would pick because canceling me out would end this thing. So we're going to Piscataway, New Jersey, SHI Stadium, a battle of 5 and 6 teams for a bowl berth.
Oof. Disgusting.
Yeah, right? Everybody's going to be watching this one, right?
Yes.
What do you think that ticket goes for? Oh, no.
The Scarlet Knights, they're going to chase the Nittany Lions right off the field. James Franklin's going to be laughing in Penn State cash, and the Bandit's going to cry.
Oh, no.
Give me the Scarlet Knights.
It's like a fever dream.
Plus 12.5.
Horse can barely hold him.
That was Penn State's longest rush of the year.
God, look at what is coming out of your eyes.
Are those...
If you put Caden Proctor on that horse, what happens?
Look at your eyes, Brown. What's coming out?
Well, it's massive tears for the Brown.
That's right. He's really sad, Jim.
Yeah.
That's
really sad.
That's a saltwater crocodile tear.
That's the way the Brown Bandit cries when the game covers, but the double-digit dog doesn't win outright.
Look how bad the form is on the beer running.
He does a little boot scoot about when he first starts running. Watch him. He takes a little skip.
Right.
A little boot scoot. Ready, right.
Yeah, I thought you'd go Game of Thrones
Right there.
on him.
Man, I couldn't show you guys what happened next.
Oh,
you
I
know?
bet we know.
It got ugly.
Yeah.
By the way, AI is so good. It gets so screwed up. Pay attention to the yard lines. 50, 40.
I think that said 4G. I'm pretty sure that said 4G.
Now he's on the 30.
Where's
Again,
he going?
Brown, fever dream.
I know.
Yep.
AI gets a lot right, but then they're like, yeah, it is 4G. He's running
It's cell coverage.
cell phone stadium.
Yeah. You just sit there and enjoy your tears, Brownie, coming out of both eyes.
Let's see how safe this play is from the Bandit.
Yeah. So, by the way, standings, so that 12.5 plus that'd give you 17.5?
That would give me 17.5, which would put me just ahead of Brown. But if he were to get a cover,
I
would not. He'd pass me.
Yeah, the Bandit doesn't seem like a conservative guy, but he could have played this really conservatively.
But see, I played if I won that he gets the cover, we would tie, right?
Well, you need
27.5.
Yeah, you just need 23 points.
Oh, I'd win by half.
Yeah.
Wow.
Boy, that would be that'd be a half court. That'd be Gordon Hayward actually making the shot.
Yes.
All right, pressure on you.
The Brown Bandit, if you could sum me up.
Not that you have to win because West Virginia's going to hit. So
Yeah,
pressure's on you.
Yes. If you could sum up the Brown Bandit in one word, what word would you use?
Winner.
Well, so mine's it's going to be a run-on word. Snake oil salesman.
Snake oil salesman. 3 words, I believe.
Yeah.
Brown Bandit is
victorious.
Victorious. Thank you. Yes, all those things other than Lance's are true. But what the Brown Bandit is more than anything is benevolent. I'm a giver. I give you winners. You make money off them.
Grifter.
Right? I am a giver.
You're giving us a shot?
I'm a giver. I'm going to give everybody a shot here. So I went with a team. The most I'm going to be able to win here is 5 points. That's a gift to you guys. Now, some would say, Brown Bandit, you're just playing it safe to get the 5 points so that it's going to be really hard for Scott or Jim to catch you. That did not go through my mind at all. I got to pick a game. Y'all wouldn't let me out of here without picking a game. So I am going to go with the Charlotte 49ers. 29.5 is what they're getting against friend of the show, Jon Sumrall. Future Auburn coach, Jon Sumrall. Future Florida coach, Jon Sumrall. Future Ole Miss coach, Jon Sumrall. Maybe
Alabama?
Probably not future Tulane coach, Jon Sumrall.
What about Alabama?
I don't think he's I don't know. Tulane, all they got to do is win this thing to play for the American. They don't need style points. Style points do them no good. So they get a lead. They burn the clock. 29.5. I'm just going to get 5 points out of this. This is not, Tyler, you can take the week off. Happy Thanksgiving. We do need them. All right, 29 points. We're going to need them. It's not an outright win. Charlotte is not winning this thing outright.
Tyler, does he need them? Tyler, does he need them?
Do I need them?
He needs them.
I need them, yes. I need all these points.
That team is awful.
It is awful, Lance. They're 1-10. I cannot be more benevolent. I have picked the worst team in college football, catching 29.5 against a team that's going to be in the playoffs, okay? So there's my gift to you. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Get your 5 points. Do not play the money line on this. Charlotte plus 29.5. But, boy, if they win this thing.
So that gets you to 98.5.
98.5.
I think if Charlotte wins the game, we'll just crown you all-time champion.
If Charlotte wins the game,
we'll just shut this down.
We don't do the segment next year, do we?
And I would get 27.5. I mean, who doesn't? No, I get 28.5.
Good Lord, Jim.
I mean, who doesn't want West Virginia to win this game now?
Yeah, well, the Big 12, which is probably going to be an issue for you.
When's that ever happened in West Virginia?
In West Virginia. I've seen it in that stadium.
All right, Mountain Mama. That is our upset alert for the year. So
That's
it's
it.
another fun 14 weeks. Did we do it week 0? I can't remember. I don't think so.
I think we did.
We did?
Was that a warm-up?
So there we go. Fun 15 weeks of upset picks there. Brown Bandit's been terrific. Forrester's been terrific. And the rest of us have been pretty darn good all year long. The show being brought to you today by our friends at Hemp Hill Services LT. If it's not running right, flowing right, or draining right, they'll be able to help you out.
Yeah, hard to stop a train. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there. Trust the name Birmingham's trust since 1954 for any and all of these issues. It is going to be getting cold over the next 48 hours. You need to make sure that heat is ready to roll with these changing temperatures. 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com.
And our friends at Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living. An opportunity right now to jump in with Leslie and her board-certified team. They will help you jumpstart your weight loss in 2025. No contracts, no sign-up fee, and the first consultation is free. Injection therapy and a variety of other ways to help you lose that weight in 2026. You do that in 2025 by checking in with Leslie at planforme.com. It's Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living. Cut number 17, if you will, Diego Pavia. Got asked about walking off the field in Nashville one last time. And everyone was chanting his name. Listen to Diego, living in that moment in Nashville back on Saturday with everyone chanting Pavia, or were they chanting Diego? Diego. Anyway, they were chanting winner for sure as he walked off the field in Nashville.
To be able to walk off the field there with that fans chanting your name, could you have drawn anything up better when you came to Vanderbilt?
I'm blessed, you know. A lot of people, when I first got here, they said that, you know, why you going there? You're not going to be able to win. You're not going to be able to do this. And that's just the naysayers on the outside. We got a team full in the locker room. We practice what we preach. You know, we're about it. So we've got one more game in Knoxville. And, you know, it's to send us to the playoffs. So we got to go there and do our thing.
I mean, well, again, if I'm Vandy, I'm preaching the same thing. We win this game, we're in the playoffs. I do not think they are, but I can understand Vandy saying that. I think yesterday he went on with our buddies Hutton and Withrow and said he's the best player in college football, which is a bold statement, but I mean,
he's got confidence. I don't know if you know this.
There's zero doubt, Lance. He's full of confidence.
I mean, you can make a case for him winning the Heisman Trophy.
Oh, look.
Yeah.
Again, I said yesterday, I believe right now he's a finalist. They lose to Tennessee. There's a chance he's not. They beat Tennessee. I think he's an outstanding chance.
I would go this far. Had they beaten Texas and then closed the deal, he would win the Heisman. An 11-1 Vanderbilt team would absolutely be in the playoffs, and with his numbers, I think he would win the Heisman. I think Julian Sayin has been terrific. Mendoza's been terrific. There was a moment where Ty Simpson was in this discussion. Of late, Stockton has come on at Georgia, but I think people would say, my God, this kid's doing it at Vandy. I think he would just get the vote because he's doing it at Vandy.
I think what's fascinating is Mendoza's your heavy favorite right now. But if voters do what they need to do, you need to wait the whole week, and the window's short. You get 48 hours to vote between that Friday where championship games start and then Monday. I want to see Mendoza against this Ohio State defense. If Mendoza goes out and puts up numbers against Ohio State,
give him the trophy.
It is over.
I agree. And Sayin could, perform well in that stage, but what this guy has done, Jim, I don't know what his future is. Like, I don't think there's anybody in the world that thinks he plays in the NFL.
Oh, there is zero chance he plays in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even think, Lance, he'll get in a camp somewhere, like just undrafted free agent?
I just don't see it. I mean, you guys saw him in person.
Yeah,
he's
he's not
5'10".
big.
Like, a 5'10" Doug Flutie is a little bit different of a player, different era than what you see. Like a 5'10" Kyler Murray right now is having issues. And his quickness. And, I mean, Diego just doesn't have those physical traits. If I'm Diego, and I know he said it months and months ago, he's not coming back, I am doing everything I can to stay and be a career quarterback in Nashville for Vanderbilt.
Yeah, who was it that joined the lawsuit with him over the weekend?
It was the Joey Aguilar.
Yeah, Joey Aguilar at
Joey
Tennessee.
Aguilar,
Odd couple there, the Tennessee and the Vanderbilt quarterback. But Aguilar has joined the lawsuit. Now, I don't know how this would turn out, but I'm with Lance Dunaway. If that lawsuit goes my way, I'm back at Vandy next year. I mean, I don't know what his future in football is without Vandy.
As college football SEC fans, would you guys like to see him back?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's...
Sure. I mean,
how many times have you watched a Vandy game be 55-3, Vandy on the wrong side? This is a more fun Vandy to watch, right?
Yeah. And I've just conditioned myself now with everything we've seen. I never thought players would get paid to the level they're getting paid now. So with COVID and people playing 6 years, I really kind of to the point I really don't care.
That gets us to the final hour of the show. A lot coming up still. Brought to you by our friends at Champy's here in the 11 o'clock hour. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster. Go by and see Sterling and the crew. That great southern fried chicken, brined overnight, cooked to order, hand-cut chicken fingers, the Mississippi Delta recipe tamales, and so much more. Highway 119 in Alabaster. Go see champy'schicken.com for all your tailgating and holiday needs.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan Brown Live.
Honey, a while back, life knocked me flat on my behind. I was hit by an 18-wheeler, and Lord of mercy, it left me hurting. Now, I heard through the grapevine that Alexander Shannara had recovered big money for some people. You been hurt? Can't work? Don't sit there suffering. Call my people at Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. Ain't gonna cost you a dime, so pick up the phone and dial 659-777-7777 or go to Shannara.com, because when I called, Alexander Shannara answered.
Call me, Alabama.
No representation made that the legal services provided are better than legal services provided by other attorneys.
What are you waiting for? It's non-stop gaming action at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Come play more than 900 of the latest and greatest games around, featuring fun bonuses and big jackpots. You can wager and win on horse and greyhound races from all over the world. There are more ways to win at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Birmingham Racecourse Casino, located off I-459 exit 31 Derby Parkway. Must be 21 or older.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger, made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing. Think about the best summer nights of your life. How many of those were in a great t-shirt? Visit nextround.store to get the perfect t-shirt for the next perfect southern night. Nextround.store, the memories are waiting.
Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
All in one place, nextround.store. From our Next Round hats to the logo tees to the all-time best-selling, y'all can have the rest shirt. You can look your best by shopping with us at nextround.store. Take the Next Round anywhere with nextround.store.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
All right, we go to the final hour of the next round. Along with Lance Taylor, I'm Ryan Brown. Dunaway a little bit under the weather. He will be back with us tomorrow. This hour presented, as always, by our friends at Champy's world-famous fried chicken, champyschicken.com. champyschicken.com. Sterling and the gang have opened the doors there at Champy's, and they are ready to serve you lunch today, whether it is those tamales that we all love here on the show, those great po' boys, the fried chicken, the chicken fingers, the great sides, all right there at Champy's. Megan and the staff there behind the bar, they'll make a great cocktail for you as well. Highway 119 in Alabaster, champyschicken.com. champyschicken.com is where you find them. Champy's world-famous fried chicken. LT not under the weather. He is rejoining me here. Welcome in.
Had a lot of people in the lobby down there, man.
Oh, were they?
A lot of activity,
You
yeah.
have some activity?
Yeah.
No ambulance, right?
No
Okay, that's
ambulance.
good.
It is people. I mean, telling you, rain throws everybody off.
It really does.
Yeah.
Rain.
A lot of women down there with their umbrellas.
Yeah, yeah.
You bring yours today?
I did not bring my umbrella today. I park when it rains. I park. I don't know why our building's set up this way, but normally Tyler and I park near one another. You kind of park down there. It's a bit of a walk to the door, but there's not a long walk. But there's another place you can park that's right by a door. When it rains, I'll park there. Now, don't ask me why I don't just park there every day, Tyler. I don't know the answer to that.
What about the guest parking?
Guest parking, I generally don't utilize. Generally being a key word there.
I think I was asked why I park on the side I do.
Yeah.
And
I
my
don't know.
answer
It's
is,
just-
I don't know.
It's just where I started parking, so I just kept parking.
We had a former employee that would park in the guest parking all the time.
Yes, and would be called out on it and still did it. Yeah, was not shy about that at all. I want to ask this question as we start this hour, and I don't know. I brought this up yesterday, and this is going to pick up steam. I don't know where you stand on it. You've hinted at it. Let's assume, for purposes of this discussion, Mississippi State beats Ole Miss, which State's about a touchdown dog in this game.
Yeah. And I do think State, when you look at their offense, I mean, they score over 31 points per game. They've been really good as far as covering the number. Again, that's not winning the game, but they are 9-3 their last 12 out. And, you know, Lane Kiffin can paint this however he wants, and that's part of his job is to paint it and spin it in his direction. But this is a distraction.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know what a normal percentage is on a 7-point dog. Winning a game outright. I mean, is that a 10%, 15% probability? Is that the way you would look at that?
I would say a little bit more than that.
Okay.
I would say you play it, they probably win 25, 30% of the time.
Okay, so it's not that crazy.
Yeah.
And then when you factor in all that's going on, that adds to it. So let's assume for purposes of this discussion that has happened. State has won this game. So now Ole Miss is a 10-2 team. And nothing else crazy happens. Like Ole Miss is normally in a playoff at 10-2. If Lane Kiffin leaves, if he announces after the game, I'm going to be the head coach at LSU or Florida, I'm no longer going to be the head coach at Ole Miss, whatever the announcement is. And Ole Miss is like, if you're not our coach, you're going. Which, let me pause real quick, because you were one of the first ones to say, I'd let him coach through the playoffs. Do you still believe that?
The way he's handled it, I don't love it. Here's the reason I said that, because I think the only way, and you heard Klatt say this too, the only way they win a national championship is if he coaches them throughout the playoffs. As far as him tampering, bringing other players, he's going to do that anyway. Now, will he be a little closer to them during the process? Probably.
Right.
But he is going to be trying to pull these guys, whether he's there or not anyway.
100%.
So I don't think that's a factor. And again, for this fan base, this is the best Ole Miss season I have ever seen.
I said it the other day, Lance. If you are younger than 70, so if you're 70, you were born in what year right now? It's 2025.
If you're 70, you were born in 1955.
All right. If you're 60, This is the best Ole Miss.
1965. Yeah,
This is the best Ole Miss team you've ever seen.
Yeah, I would say 90% of our listeners would agree this is the best Ole Miss team they have ever seen. And that's why I'm saying, for the fan base, for all of these people that have suffered through terrible Ole Miss, Billy Brewer football, this is an opportunity to go out there and legitimately win a national championship, and they're not going to be able to do it without Lane Kiffin, and that's the only thing that I said weeks ago. The way this thing is played out, it makes it really difficult. I almost think with transparency, if Lane is like, look, I need a new challenge, but I am here to complete what I started out to do this year. Give me the benefit of the doubt, and I will give you my word. I am not going to tamper with these players. I am going to focus. It's really difficult to do. I'm going to focus on the task at hand. I'm leaving. I'm taking the LSU job. But for the kids' sake, for the fans' sakes, for Ole Miss's sake, let me coach out.
So that's where I say to him then, which, by the way, Billy Brewer catching a stray there. He's like, man, there have been worse Ole Miss coaches than me, surely. That's where Lane Kiffin, or that's where if I'm Keith Carter, the Ole Miss athletic director, I'm saying, okay, so you're not going to call anybody during this time to be an assistant coach?
No, I'm not.
I don't believe that.
I know.
That's where if I'm Keith Carter, I'm like, I do not believe you. You're not going to talk to a single person.
I don't think you can believe anything Lane says to begin with.
Right. That would have been the first question I would ask.
But,
and if you say
will
no,
you at least give me this? Look, and I see the optics are going to be terrible. The optics are already terrible. But the only way they can win a national championship is if Lane Kiffin, this is not going to be, and you heard the Steve Fisher reference, Clay got the year wrong, it was 89. Yeah. Bill Frieder, which is amazing, took the Arizona State job.
Which is such a step down.
To leave Michigan, and then, they told him to kick rocks.
Well, it says Bo Schembechler says Michigan will be coached by a Michigan man.
Yeah, exactly. And Bo Schembechler was old school. Lane Kiffin would already been tossed out the door.
On his head. Would not have put up with this.
But that was a different situation. Going into that tournament, nobody believed that Michigan could win this thing anyway. I don't think anybody really believes Ole Miss can win a national championship, but I think, just because they've suffered so long, their best opportunity is with Lane Kiffin. But now it's gotten to a point where I don't think you can allow him to coach.
So before I get to the question I was going to ask you, remind me of your stance, if you will, on the FSU Jordan Travis situation. Did you believe?
No.
Hang on. Did you believe that they should have left them out of the playoffs because of the injury? Okay, that's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
You believed that the right call was, hey, FSU, you've earned it on the field, but your obvious best player is out for the playoffs. You shouldn't be in the playoffs.
Yep.
So you believe that.
Yeah, and it sucks. Well, and here's what I would say about that, and I'm going to be consistent with this. We saw them in the ACC championship game against Louisville, and they won that game with defense. If they would have gone out,
it was like 12-3 or something.
I forgot who the backup quarterback was. But if he would have gone out and they would have scored 40 points on Louisville, then I'm like, we really don't know. So then you put them in. But because the offense was so bad and we had a little bit of a sample size, I don't think you could.
So this is my question to you. If State beats Ole Miss, they're a 10-2 team, and Lane Kiffin announces he's leaving and they say, all right, well, pound sand, you're gone, do you have a problem with the selection committee leaving them out? Based solely on that. But you look like a playoff team to us. Now you're borderline because you're 10-2, but we don't know who your coach is going to be. They would have named an interim by then, so they wouldn't know who their coach is going to be. We don't know how that's going to play out. We don't know where your mindset is. We're trying to find the 12 best teams with an interim coach. We just don't think you're one of the 12.
Okay. I think even with Lane Kiffin coaching, if they lose in Oklahoma somehow as a 10-point favorite loss to LSU, I think they're out anyway.
Wait a minute. So Oklahoma loses to LSU and Ole Miss loses to State.
Yeah,
you think they're both out?
Yeah.
Why did Oklahoma have to lose too?
Well, because that's their quality win.
Head-to-head. Okay,
yeah, that's what they're relying on right now. Their only quality win is the Oklahoma game, and if Oklahoma was to take their third loss with Oklahoma surviving right now, Ole Miss doesn't have anything to prop. Put it this way: a 10-2 Ole Miss and a 10-2 Miami, it gets really, really interesting. And I think for the committee, it would be so easy to be like, now we've got these two programs handcuffed in Miami, Notre Dame. We're not even going to make that discussion. Ole Miss, they don't have the quality win they need. Miami at that point has got their win over Notre Dame. Pittsburgh is a top 25 win, at least at this point. So I think Miami would go in over Ole Miss in that scenario. Now, look, I don't think Oklahoma can beat or Oklahoma can lose to LSU.
Boy, LSU. I mean, what is the score of that game? 5-3.
Yeah, I mean that is the thing, though.
Terrible offense.
Because you do have still one of the better defenses in football in LSU, so I guess they could yuck it up enough. And if Mateer, he hasn't turned it over lately, but he does.
I mean, a pick six is enough to win that game.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
would you agree in that scenario though? If Oklahoma was to lose and Ole Miss lose, I think
Alabama wins the Iron Bowl. I mean, because of 10-3, Alabama's not making it, so Alabama would need to win the Iron Bowl there.
Hey, what about a disaster that is the ultimate disaster for the SEC because what happens in that scenario?
We haven't talked about this.
Yeah, I mean,
so LSU beats Oklahoma, they're out. Auburn beats Alabama, they're out. Ole Miss loses to State and Lane Kiffin bolts. Potentially, they are out.
Yeah, probably still in because of Oklahoma and Alabama. Like, you've got to have a certain number of SEC teams
That may be what you wanted all along is Vanderbilt.
Yeah. No, Vanderbilt's in at that point.
It could be. And
does Texas get back in the conversation?
Yeah, maybe with a 3 if they beat A&M, yeah. Keith asked, why punish the players for the coach's decision?
Yeah,
I mean, you hate to do that, but you also have the mandate of finding the 12 best teams. And a team without a head coach, like right now, Ole Miss is a better team than Miami. You don't have any doubt about that, do you? That Ole Miss is better than Miami?
I don't. I mean, look, if they played neutral side, I think it could be a really good game. But I think Ole Miss is better.
But if Joe Judge is coaching Ole Miss,
they're
or Pete
not
Golding
as good.
is coaching Ole Miss, or Charlie Weiss Jr. is coaching Ole Miss.
And it is Cristobal, but
I know it's true. I mean, there is that.
This
and it's
is
a big
why
game.
If Lane Kiffin would have been very transparent, hey, look, I'm taking this job. This is an opportunity I've always wanted. I appreciate everything you guys have done for my career. In my opinion, I think it is fair to the players, most importantly, and then the fans, that you guys allow me to coach out. I will give you my word. I'm telling you right now, I want to take this job. If he would have been that transparent, I think there would have been an opportunity for him to coach. I could be completely wrong. I think at this particular point, I don't think there's any way he coaches. And I do, to your point, if Ole Miss loses this game, I think it factors in on the committee.
Yeah. Keith pointing out that some have said Auburn's playing with an interim coach and Alabama doesn't even get on the bus, that they're going to lose this game. So interim coach ain't always a bad thing.
Real quick, back to back, yeah. The Ole Miss, though. If Alabama drops 6 spots after a loss to a top 10 Oklahoma,
which was that was a big drop,
and Texas drops 7 spots to a top 10, top 5 Georgia,
right?
If Ole Miss loses to an underranked Mississippi State, how far are they going to drop? They're number 6 right now. They're going to drop at least 7 spots.
You would think.
Yeah,
well,
and Vanderbilt with a win over Tennessee is going to be. Vanderbilt at 10-2 is getting in over 10-2 Ole Miss.
So if Ole Miss loses to State, Oregon beats Washington. They'll drop at least below Oregon. Let's assume everybody in front of them wins. So Ohio State wins, Indiana, Texas A&M, Georgia, and Texas Tech all win. Oregon will jump them. If Oklahoma beats LSU, you now get to the tricky situation that they've got with Notre Dame and Miami lands. Ole Miss beat Oklahoma on the field, and now they've got the same record.
Oof.
And that's the very next team. See, there's your problem. That's the very next team. And then you got Notre Dame, who Notre Dame is obviously aware of the fact that people are talking about them in Miami. So Notre Dame's just decided we're going to score as many points as possible and beat teams. I mean, Stanford's going to get – what is the final score in that game? They will just destroy Stanford. I mean, they will leave no mercy.
Now, Stanford strangely has showed up in some interesting spots this year.
They got Cal's. They got Justin Wilcox fired last week.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Notre Dame wears them out.
The X factor there is Oklahoma because you can't put Oklahoma.
Nope.
You say that. Can you imagine if this committee put Oklahoma in over Ole Miss and Notre Dame in over Miami and left both those teams out with equivalent records? I mean, what that would tell you moving forward is head-to-head means absolutely nothing.
That's right. We're not. If your record is the same, head-to-head is not going to be a super big determining factor for us. But if they fall behind Oklahoma, then they'll fall behind Notre Dame. If Bama beats Auburn, they would fall behind Bama.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, now you are as borderline as it gets.
And
so that's even with Lane Kiffin being the coach.
I mean, BYU's going to win this week, but I guess they'll take care of themselves.
Yeah, they'll play Texas Tech in the championship game. There sits Utah, who, I mean, before last week, you could start making a case for Utah, but boy, after that Kansas State performance.
Yeah, I think Utah's dead. Michigan's going to be dead after this week. Texas is already dead. I don't know. I mean, there could be still a lot of chaos. I mean, realistically, teams that could lose this week. A&M.
Yes.
I mean, Georgia doesn't even matter.
Well, but it doesn't matter. You would not have said they realistically could have lost last year, but I mean, Georgia Tech should have won that game in regulation.
I mean, you saw what Haynes King did last year.
It was just as meaningless last year as it's going to be this year.
I think the one play, and Brent Key probably is just having nightmares over the last 72 hours. You know, if they would have cut that thing 28-21 early in the third quarter, I think they probably win that game. And that's a team you don't want to face with that momentum. But because it flipped and they're so deflated, I think Georgia's getting them at the right time. So I don't think they could lose. I do think A&M, Oregon, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Alabama, and Vanderbilt and Miami
could all lose.
7 of the top 13 could lose this weekend.
Yeah, and those aren't even crazy upsets.
If that all happens, I don't know what you do.
Yeah. By the way, do you think it's fair that Georgia gets a non-SEC opponent the week before Georgia Tech? Like, Alabama and Auburn both got a non-SEC opponent. LSU got a non-SEC. There were a lot of non-SECs, but they have to turn around and play an SEC team at the end of the year. And you're giving Georgia two straight weeks without an SEC game before the SEC championship.
Yeah, at that point, really, depending on how you want to do this and how, championship games play out, I mean, you really could rest a lot of guys. Yeah.
It just seems like Georgia gets a huge benefit right there, doesn't it, that nobody else gets?
Yeah, and look, Georgia last year needed to win the SEC championship to get in.
Yeah.
But, if they're there this year, well, I guess they didn't, did they?
No. They didn't need to win the SEC championship to get in, but they did win it.
Yeah, they did, which was great for the fan base, but you lost Carson Beck, final play of the first half.
That's right.
With Carson Beck, you probably beat Notre Dame.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you would have been favored.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good chance they beat Notre Dame. I don't know. I was just thinking about that today, like Notre Dame, which Notre Dame's not alone in this. Kentucky, they didn't play a conference game, did they? No, they played Vandy. Who did Florida play Tennessee?
Yep.
So, all these teams that have to play an SEC opponent got a conference game or an ACC opponent.
I think they're the only one that played back-to-back non-SEC games.
Yeah, I don't know that that's equitable. I think if, I'm fine with them getting to play the ACC, rivalry game at the end of the year, but they should have to play an SEC opponent before it. They shouldn't get the non-SEC game right there, just in my opinion.
So do you think there's any way Texas at 8-3 or 9-3 if they beat A&M can get in?
Texas at 9-3. Let me pull up my handy.
Let me ask you this: would they get in over a 9-3 Alabama? They would, right?
Yeah, if they beat A&M, probably so.
Just because of the lasting impression, losing 2 or 3.
Yeah, I mean Texas will have to jump Georgia Tech, who will probably lose. Southern Cal, who will win. Vandy, who knows? Miami, Utah, BYU. Boy, there's a lot of teams, Lance, that are going to win in front of them that they're going to have to jump.
Boy, there's a lot of people pulling for LSU this week.
Well, Alabama. I mean,
Alabama.
It'd make it very
Texas, because Texas beat Oklahoma 9-3, 9-3.
Yeah, but I think you're both 9-3 on the outside looking in. I guess Ole Miss is. I guess, yeah, you're right. Boy, if you're pinning your hopes on this LSU team, that is bad news. Company Distilling, and then we'll hear DJ Durkin talking about the Iron Bowl. Company Distilling, though, brings you that.
Great product. Looking for stocking stuffers this holiday season. You got family coming over for the Thanksgiving holiday. You want a really, really good bourbon whiskey. You can get it from our friends at Company Distilling. Big news, Alabama. It's now available at ABC stores across the state. Been waiting to try whiskey as good as the company you keep. This is your moment. Find your bottle. Learn more at CompanyDistilling.com/Alabama. They've also got 3 must-see visit locations for their distillery. Townsend, located in the heart of the Smokies. Lynchburg, a charming and historic setting where guests can enjoy Southern hospitality and a more intimate whiskey experience. And Thompson Station, just outside of Nashville. Get into one of those locations for more information. CompanyDistilling.com/Alabama.
Hey, is Brooks back there? I can't see Brooks from where I sit here. Brooks, answer this for me, please. You and Scott do a great job of putting stuff out on social media after the show, from the show, and then Tyler does a great job getting everything out there on YouTube. There were 2 social media posts that went exceptionally viral yesterday. One was Jeremy Bernard saying, why can't we just blow them out? And then the other was Klatt saying the Iron Bowl is not the best rivalry. It's Ohio State, Michigan. Which one went most viral? Do you know?
Which one had more reaction to it?
That is correct, yes.
Oh, it's got to be Klatt.
Was it Klatt?
It is nationally. Klatt's locally. Maybe Jeremy Bernard's.
Maybe, yeah, it's close locally, but nationally. But,
Brock backed up the statement by Klatt. I don't know if you got to hear it, but he said, look, man, it's not even close. And the argument they made And somebody did point this out to me last night. Has anybody ever killed a family member over Ohio State, Michigan?
I mean, I'm not going to rule out that has happened.
Yeah.
I can't entirely rule that out, no.
We had a guy go to prison.
I know.
For killing trees.
Yes, I know. I hate to bring it up because it is rather embarrassing, but yes.
It is, but I don't understand the border war argument, both Klatt and Brock. I didn't even want to get into it with Brock. But isn't it more venomous when you live in state with each other?
That was my point to Klatt is Alabama and Auburn fans have to live with one another, and often are married, to one another. Ohio State and Michigan, you go back to Michigan, you stay in Ohio, whatever, vice versa. They're in different states, but, I mean, we're right here in the same state. We work together, we live together, we're intermarried, I mean, all those things, right? So if you weren't with us on the show yesterday, Klatt said it's not the same, what did he say, same hemisphere?
Yeah.
I mean, stratosphere would have been a better term.
Yeah, stratosphere, but he said hemisphere.
I think he did say hemisphere.
And Klatt took a lot of hits as quarterback at Colorado.
Yeah, I think, some people believe that Klatt says things just to say it. He really believed that.
Oh, he believes that 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100% he believes that. In fact, I had a friend reach out and say, this is honest to goodness truth, I have got a 50-yard line ticket for him. I will give it to him just so he can experience it. And he sit right next to me. If y'all can make the flights work out. Now, I think he took us a little too seriously on getting the private jet lined up. We were not going to do that. But he's like, if you can make the flights work out, I've got a 50-yard line ticket. He can sit next to me as my guest. This is a lifelong Auburn season ticket holder. I'll give him that ticket. I just want him to experience it.
Got to be in Palm Springs on Sunday.
That's what he said. And I was like, I think there's a chance we could find a way to get him here. Getting him to Palm Springs on Sunday.
That's going to be difficult.
That was going to be the issue there. All right, so DJ Durkin.
I can't even get a direct flight to Charlotte.
DJ Durkin, a guy that has not been in this rivalry either, asked yesterday what makes the Iron Bowl the best rivalry in college football. He's coached in one of them, I think. Is it zero, Tyler? Were you about to tell me a zero?
I was about to, but as head coach.
Yeah. Oh, as head coach, zero. Yeah, but at least as a coordinator. But he's never done one at Jordan-Hare. So what makes it the best rivalry in college football? Here's DJ Durkin.
DJ, with your upbringing in Ohio and then coaching at Michigan as well, I feel like you probably have an understanding of that rivalry. What makes you say that Auburn-Alabama is the best, and what have you kind of come to know about this rivalry being here a couple years?
I mean, this rivalry runs deep, and it's interstate, and it's the history of it, and the game being played in Birmingham, and then finally moved here, and obviously with some of the things that have gone on over the past. I mean, we did spend some time this morning in team meeting just educating our guys on it. We have other guys from all over, and some guys new to the team, transfers that don't. It's not the old days where you got freshmen that've been on the roster for 5 years and understand all that. So I thought it was big we spent time on that today and just educate our guys a little bit about the rivalry, and it is. I mean, it's what I don't care where you live or where you're from. You know about the Iron Bowl, and certainly to this area, there's nothing bigger.
Now, I heard Dunaway multiple times, including today, say that he is confident Alabama wins the game. I have not heard where you are on this game right now.
Oh, I'm not confident in anything in this game. I do think Alabama wins, but someone asked me after church, we were at lunch on Sunday. This is as soon as, and he had seen our show and had seen that Furman said it was going to be around 5. And he was a little surprised by that. I think he, like you, thought it would be somewhere in the 7 to 10 range. So he was like, man, that sounds like a very low point spread. I said, I can't remember the last time, and perhaps you remember the last time the Iron Bowls had this low of a point spread. I can't remember. I mean, this has been a pretty sizable point spread.
You think about it, even in 2013, it was double digits,
and that was an Auburn team playing to go to Atlanta. Yeah,
and that's I mean, the Saban factor, the numbers aren't nearly inflated like they used to be.
And that's my point.
I do think if this was in Bryant-Denny, this would be double digits.
Yeah, Jordan-Hare is a factor in this point spread, no doubt. So I mean, that was his point. He's like, man, this guy's like, I don't even bet, but. I mean, I just know the point spreads because that tells you, what the perception is for the game. But I that sounds awful low. And he's like, how do you feel? And I said, I think it will be an Alabama win that plays within that point spread. And that screams field goal to win the game, which there's not a single Alabama fan out there that wants a field goal to win this game. But that's just kind of my feel, Lance.
Yeah, this is going to be a high blood pressure game for a lot of people.
I would tend to agree. But as an Auburn fan, now you don't want to be in this position because it means your season has stunk. But as an Auburn fan, it's house money right now, right? The Alabama fans are the ones that feel all the pressure in this game. The Auburn fans are like, this is house money.
Well, and I
mean, I don't even know if I'm watching our future coach this game.
That was what I was going to say about DJ Durkin. Like, I know you believe if Sumrall takes the job, and I do too. Like, if Sumrall takes this job, I don't think DJ's got a shot. But if Sumrall doesn't and DJ wins this game, then he's Auburn's next head coach.
If Sumrall doesn't,
yeah.
Like, yeah. There's no way that Durkin wins this game and everybody gets so excited about it they look past Sumrall or anybody else that's a legitimate candidate and say, we're hiring this guy today.
Yeah, you are not being fair to your program if you do.
You're not. You cannot get caught in that emotion. I always think of Bill Stewart.
Bill Stewart, West Virginia.
It's the most obvious example.
Yep.
Rich Rodriguez has gone.
By the way, in retrospect, Bill Stewart didn't do a bad job with that program.
He didn't. Not from where they've gone. I view him as an 8-win coach.
Yeah, that's about right.
So Bill Stewart, Rich Rodriguez has taken the Michigan job. Bill Stewart coaches them in the Fiesta Bowl. They pull an upset over somebody. You'll have to tell me who. I can't remember.
Oklahoma.
Was it Oklahoma?
And I really remember the story as a lot of the boosters that were making the decision were like piss hammered. And like immediately after the game,
they tell
we're
the
like,
AD, go to the locker room and tell him.
Yeah. We're hiring this as our guy.
So the AD goes to the West Virginia locker room and says, y'all like this so much, Bill Stewart's our head coach. And they go nuts. Of course they do. The players always want the interim. They love that guy.
Oh, remember everybody wanted Cadillac.
Yeah. Oh, I know. So much so that
you
Hugh
think
Freeze
that
was
would have
forced
played
to hire
out well.
him. Oh, my God, no. Hugh Freeze had to fire him as an assistant. I mean, but everybody wanted him so much so that Hugh Freeze was saddled with him on his staff. And I am telling you, if Auburn wins this game, in the postgame, the players are going to be campaigning for DJ Durkin. You know who you can never listen to in this situation is the players.
You're right.
They are not there long term. It's nice. I appreciate your sacrifice. I can't listen to you. We got to go with what is best for the future of Auburn, and that's what Auburn will do. So there's DJ Durkin on the Iron. Okay, so here's what Klatt said. Good job by Scott and Tyler to get this up. Here's what Klatt said yesterday on our show. That as Brooks said, it got in the Ohio State and Michigan algorithms on social media. So they've started asking who are these Rube Hicks that are saying that the Iron Bowl's better than the big game. And here's what Klatt said about that. All right, it is Michigan-Ohio State. If there is a rivalry that approaches the hate of Alabama and Auburn, it is this one.
Approaches.
Come on, Klatt. You haven't lived in this state. They live in separate states.
You guys
Klatt.
haven't lived in that rivalry.
Klatt, they live in separate.
Is...
They live in separate states. These are the same state here. Smaller territory.
I mean, there are people that mumble in church if the pastor references this game the wrong way.
Guys, I love you.
Oh, don't
the
do
Iron
this.
Bowl
Don't
is
do this.
not
Klatt, don't
in
do
the
this.
hemisphere of Ohio
You're
State.
out of your mind.
Lance started the show with if 5.5 is a scary number, if Alabama loses this game, he went directly to arrest reports.
Yeah, the arrest reports Sunday morning.
Oh, it will be. I'm telling you, it will be crazy. The people that will be getting arrested overnight.
Just because the Ohio State Michigan players don't have enough class not to fight, and Alabama's players and Auburn's players don't fight. Don't give me this.
Yeah.
It is not more heated than Klatt. You have never lived in this state. I love you like a brother. Okay. My brother in Christ, you have never lived in this state to see what an Iron Bowl is like.
All right. No, I'm not discounting it. I don't want to discount it. I think it's phenomenal.
I mean, you did.
And I love rivalry. I discounted it as compared to the greatest rivalry in sports. Oh, what? You know, like let's just have some.
Are the Red Sox and Yankees playing tonight?
I mean, baseball is not a rivalry.
I was joking about ESPN.
Yes. I love Klatt, but when you start a sentence with "guys, I love you," you know what's coming next, right? Guys, I love you, but.
I mean, look, they're both great rivalries. I don't think there's any doubt it's 1 and 2. I didn't see any of the comments. I mean, it's not like we're saying the backyard brawl is the greatest rivalry. Yeah. It's not like we're going, my man Ian Fitzsimmons saying Army-Navy's the greatest rivalry.
I mean, Ian's pandering with that one. I think.
Hey, Lance, you were talking about the comments. I had a thought about this as I was, I see the hundreds of comments I had at this point. And the Ohio State Michigan fans were citing how much higher rated this game is than the Iron Bowl.
As far as TV viewing.
Well, okay, so Brooks, I'll let you get to your point. I do think because Auburn has been bad recently, I do think it hurts. Like if this is 2013, 2010, Michigan has been very, very relevant. And if Auburn was very, very relevant and they were a top 10 team, I think it would be much different the way people would view this.
Well, and my thought on it was, okay, this is your one game that's really highly rated in the Big Ten. Like, this is the game in the Big Ten, and it's the only one that gets these monster ratings.
That is
but
true.
if you look at it collectively, this may be the highest-rated college football game of the year, Michigan and Ohio State.
It will be, absolutely.
But 2 through 10 probably belong to the SEC.
Yeah, no, it will be the most viewed game, but to me that doesn't make it a more
No.
heated rivalry.
Side note before I forget this, because I brought it up with Brock yesterday, NFL, I want to get your opinion. We can come back to it or whatever. I believe with the comeback, KC down 11 at home, beating Indianapolis, Dallas down 21, coming back and beating Philadelphia. Now you got a 5-5-1 Dallas team. You've got a 6-5 Kansas City. I think Thursday in Dallas will be the highest rated regular season NFL game of all time.
That is normally like I'll look it up in the break, 40 million-ish viewers on Thanksgiving. The Thanksgiving game, no matter who it is.
They're massive.
They're massive no matter who.
It's part of our culture, and when you've got those two brands, you got to give me.
And with Kansas City with the whole Taylor Swift factor, I don't know if she plans on being there or not, but that is always a TV boom. When they show Kansas City, that's the reason they're in this game.
Both are still in the playoff mix right now,
and the Cowboys are always a TV draw. I could see that. That's the late game, obviously, so...
The 3:25, 3:30 game. The late game is Joe Burrow coming back against.
Well, I meant the late afternoon game.
We have got.
Oh, it's a great day.
Oh, I can't wait because you got the rematch with Green Bay and Detroit. And then you've got the game that I believe will be the highest rated of all time with Dallas hosting Kansas City, and then tonight you got Baltimore hosting Joe Burrow's comeback. So. I cannot wait for this. Is going to be a great week of football.
Oh, it's a fantastic week of football. CPAP Plus, Sleep Home Alabama. I'm going to see if I can find the largest NFL regular season TV audience. Why don't you tell me?
Yeah, our friends, the O'Neill brothers, Joe and Woody, do a great job of making sure that you get that proper sleep. 8 hours is, what the recommended number is for a lot of people. Most people aren't getting that number. A lot of people like me, you're getting up all night, middle of the night. You're tired the next day. You need to make sure you're getting the proper sleep, and our friends at CPAP Plus and Sleep Home Alabama, they've got a great promotion going on right now and an opportunity to give back to you guys out there. They've got locations throughout the state of Alabama. You stop into one of those Birmingham locations and show your sleep score, your opportunity to win that CPAP travel. Absolutely free. It's worth $900. Just go to o'neillmed.com. That is ONEAL med.com.
When I Googled that, first of all, the record holder is 3 Thanksgivings ago, Cowboys-Giants, 42.1 million viewers, 2022. It's the biggest regular season NFL game of all time, 42.1.
This will snap that.
But
how big is that number, by the way?
But when I go 42 million people, that is
crazy.
That's
New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Houston, and Atlanta all combined.
So there's Scott is showing you 42.1 million. But as I Googled that, Lance, there is a New York Times article that says why Chiefs-Cowboys could be the most watched NFL regular season game of all time. And right below that is an NBC article saying why Packers-Lions could be the most watched NFL regular season game of all time.
There's no way that Packers-Lions will touch.
I wouldn't think
Kansas
so.
City and Dallas.
Well, for one thing, the late game has the advantage. How often are you traveling if you're going anywhere during the early game? I mean, that's an 11 o'clock Central kick, 10 Mountain.
Yeah,
it's an early kick.
People, not even snacking yet.
Yeah, the late game, most people are at their destination, and they'll stay and watch that game if it's a good one.
Yeah.
So the late game always has an advantage there. So I would agree with you. Chiefs-Cowboys may be the most watched regular season. 42.1 million. If it's a good game, absolutely.
And it should be. I mean, right now the Chiefs, a 3.5-point favorite.
Every game the Cowboys play is a tight game, it seems, because their defense is so bad until the second half Sunday.
Did you see Brian Schottenheimer postgame?
I did not. You mean like on the field or on the podium?
In the locker room.
In the locker room?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Were they talking about the player that passed?
No.
Okay, because they did that after the Monday night game. It seems like they
this was just coming in. Did we win first quarter? No. Did we win second quarter? No. Did we win third quarter? But how about that effing fourth quarter? It's just fun because, I mean, we can dog Jerry Jones all we want, but what he's kind of put together there, bringing Quinnen Williams in, George Pickens, silently is not even silently. He's playing better than CeeDee Lamb.
I was about to say Pickens is their best receiver.
He is right now. Yeah, and Dak's playing at top 5 quarterback.
Yeah, I mean Pickens is the best receiver they've got. And you're right, Quinnen Williams got banged up with that rib shot from Saquon Barkley, but he's playing tremendous.
There are other teams, as a Rams fan, I would rather play in the NFC right now than the Cowboys.
The Cowboys?
Yeah.
You know they're going to
just because their defense has. I mean, they've got a really, really, really good top 10 offense. Defense has been the question, and playing a lot better with Quentin Williams.
We're about to do trash as we go to break. I want to remind you, if you're looking for a bank that plays on your team, Central State Bank is that. Your hometown bank serving Shelby County and Tallapoosa County and all of Central Alabama. So whether you're chasing dreams or building your business, Central State Bank has the tools, the team, and the personal touch to help you win. For more than 100 years, they've given you trusted service, large enough to serve you, small enough to know you, rooted in community, driven by relationships. It is Central State Bank, member FDIC.
Follow Dunaway on Twitter and Instagram at Jim Dunaway.
Honey, a while back, life knocked me flat on my behind. I was hit by an 18-wheeler, and Lord of mercy, it left me hurting. Now, I heard through the grapevine that Alexander Shannara had recovered big money for some people. You been hurt, can't work, don't sit there suffering. Call my people at Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. Ain't gonna cost you a dime, so pick up the phone and dial 659-777-7777 or go to Shannara.com, because when I called, Alexander Shannara answered.
Call me, Alabama.
No representation made that the legal services provided are better than legal services provided by other attorneys.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
This hour of The Next Round is presented by the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, now featuring 7 days of giveaways with your chance to win a share of up to $125,000. The more you visit the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, the more chances you have to win.
Hey, Lance Taylor from The Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood. Hey, Lance Taylor from The Next Round to tell you about my friends at Michelson Laser Vision, located conveniently UAB Highlands. Almost 20 years ago, I went in for the procedure. Only took 12 minutes for both eyes. When I went in, I had 20/200 vision. I was legally blind. Now I have 20/15 vision, still 19 years later. Make the call today. Schedule a hassle-free consultation. 969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, Michelson Laser Vision. Make sure you tell them The Next Round sent you. 969-8100 or MichelsonLaserVision.com.
Next Round shirts, Next Round hoodies, and Next Round hats are all in one place. NextRound.store. Find your favorite piece of gear from your favorite show and put it in your rotation. You never know. You might be in one of our videos showing Next Round gear being worn all over the world. Find all your favorite Next Round gear by visiting NextRound.store. Place an order for you and that big Next Round fan in your life at NextRound.store. Look your best at work, at school, at the stadium, or anywhere you go wearing Next Round gear from NextRound.store.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Catch up on all today's Next Round on demand through the podcast platform of your choice, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcast, wherever you listen. Always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you never miss any part of the Next Round.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
We continue on the next round. This is, first of all, one of the things I read on Twitter and forgot to document who read it from. It was somebody that covers Alabama, so the people I follow on Twitter, unless it was retweeted, would be Nick Kelly of AL.com, Charlie Potter from over there in Tuscaloosa. So it was somebody along those lines. So I give credit to somebody that covers Alabama football that wrote this. I just don't know their name to say right away. And I found this astounding, but it's really indicative of where we are in college football right now. Do you know how many players on Alabama's roster have played in an Iron Bowl at Jordan-Hare?
Oh, no.
I mean, this is crazy.
Well, I mean, it's been 2 full years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the roster's probably fit 25, 30% every year. I will say all of 8 people.
It's 10. It's crazy you went that low. It's 10, and as Nick or whoever pointed out, there's one injury, so it's only going to be 9. That is pretty wild, isn't it?
Do you have
I don't have them all.
Okay.
I can't even remember who sent the tweet, Lance.
Yeah.
I'd like to go back and find it so I could give credit. No joke.
Okay, but because
that's crazy.
You bring up that rivalry. Our friend Mark downstairs, big Ohio State guy.
Big Ohio State.
Now, he has lived in Columbus, and he has lived here in Birmingham.
Okay.
And he said, unfortunately, Clad is correct. Ohio State, Michigan is pure hatred. There is zero respect.
Yeah. I would anticipate an Ohio State fan's going to be objective about this. So.
I will say, though, that I've heard, and not the die-hardest of football fans, but you've heard it before. Hey, when they're not playing each other, I pull for the other team. I don't think you would ever hear that. Like, I'm surprised. I would never say that.
I don't hear a lot of Alabama and Auburn fans say that.
I mean, I've heard it.
You've heard some?
Yeah.
I think maybe they're just being nice when they say that.
Maybe.
Yeah. But I do know, like, there's the commercial, who's driving in the commercial, and he won't go into the state of Michigan, and they do the detour. It airs all day Saturday. It's one of the Heisman House commercials, and Tebow's in the car. And
Brooks says it's Eddie George.
Yeah, Eddie George. Eddie George is driving the car, and they get to the Michigan state line. He goes, we're going to take a detour. They're like, this is 12 hours out of the way. Like, we used to work with a guy named Chip Arledge. Do you remember Chip that used to work with?
Big
huge
Ohio State
fan.
Yeah.
And his dad wouldn't buy gas in the state of Michigan. Like, he grew up, I think, near the Michigan line. Wouldn't buy gas in the state of Michigan. Wouldn't let his family eat in the state of Michigan. Like, if he ever had to go in the state of Michigan, they stayed as little time as possible. So I get all that. And that is, I love that about college football. That's the pettiness that makes college football great. I'm just saying we live together. We live together. I mean, we don't get to separate. We don't get to go back to our state. We have to somehow still live together and talk about this. I would say Ohio State, Michigan has probably had more stakes from both teams more often than the Iron Bowl. It feels like recently. And that is, look, Alabama has been really, really good, and Auburn has struggled to stay good, and that's Auburn's fault. I mean, you got to blame Auburn on that one.
Just because you brought up a car, it reminded me of something I wanted to bring up to you. You remember the old Sonic commercials, you and Dunaway doing them?
Yes, I do.
The actor's name, Peter Grosz.
Look up Peter Grosz if you can, Tyler.
Grosz. So I'm watching The Beast in Me.
Grosz. Is this the one that was me or Dunaway?
Yeah, this is you.
Okay.
And I'm watching The Beast in Me, and I'm like, oh, my God, that guy, because I told Maddie, I said, that guy used to be in Sonic commercials. That was Ryan Brown in Sonic commercials.
Right. Yeah.
She's like, there is no way you pulled that. I'm like, I'm telling you.
No, yeah, I would have
So he's like
recognized
a
him right
campaign manager for this upcoming politician in this show.
Yeah. I never thought I looked as much like that guy as the other guy looked like Dunaway.
The other guy, Dunaway, is uncanny.
Yeah, that's why everybody was like, oh, it's Dunaway and Brown in the Sonic commercials, the Sonic guys.
You've seen it, right, Jeeves?
Yeah.
You remember the commercials?
No
What can you pull the
Peter
Sonic
Grosz
guys?
is, but as soon as I pulled up the picture, yep, that's the Sonic guy.
Well, can you pull the Sonic guys, though, just where we can, I agree. I mean, there's a similarity. You've got dark hair.
Yeah, I mean, there they are.
Yeah,
right. Let's tie guy right here, Tyler laughing.
Yeah, I mean, that is Dunaway.
Yeah.
People used to say Dunaway and Brown. No, it looks more like Dunaway than it does me. There's no doubt when we were the Sonic guys.
But it was funny that
we heard that for years.
Oh, yeah.
It's just this expression on his face.
Yeah.
It looks like Dunaway.
Well, it's just so funny those guys got so typecast. And look, they made a ton of money as commercial actors doing that campaign, but to see them do other stuff is just kind of weird.
I mean, for years, hey, it's the Sonic guys. I mean, me and Dunaway got that for a good 2 or 3 years. Because the Sonic, just like, Nashville 911, the only reason I know it exists is because they promote it during football games. The only reason I knew those guys were doing commercials, they ran the heck out of those during SEC games.
Oh, yeah.
Sonic was an SEC sponsor, so those guys were all over the CBS game. And, boy, we'd hear it all the time. All right, before we do trash, let me remind you about Alabama Power. Many of you have had storms come through. Just know Alabama Power is working to get you reconnected. I'll let you know if I see an update on that. But from the first sip of coffee to your late night movie, Alabama Power has your back, working hard to keep everything running smoothly. They're using the latest tech to keep outages at bay and offering free tools to help you save energy. And with teams available 24/7, 365, you can count on them to do everything in their power to power everything you do. Check out alabamapower.com to see how they're making the services they deliver even more reliable now and for the future. Tyler, if you will, please hit the button.
Shot clock. Carr into the paint. Missed the dunk. And a fucking foul. What are you talking about? That was 2 seconds after the play ended. Carr driving. He's outside the circle. He's outside the circle and he's set. He was outside the circle and he was set. Brett Smith blew it. He was outside the restricted area. He was straight up and down. He was set like the statue sitting out in front of New York, New York, and they called that. That's an absolutely horse crap call. In a game that's been played out like this. Unbelievable bailout call by an incompetent referee.
LT's Trash is presented by Bud Light.
That is the Creighton play-by-play announcer?
Yes.
In a Final Four game? No. In a pre-conference tournament in Las Vegas. He's that fired up about it.
Maybe he was going to get the tip out in the new eras and, with the money they won. Who knows?
Was that to go to the Final Four? No, it was a pre-conference tournament in Las Vegas in November. That's how upset he was.
Our friends at Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. And remember, on Friday, we are going to be live at Moe's Barbecue, downtown Auburn, getting ready for the Iron Bowl special time, 11 to 2. Come enjoy Bud Light specials, Bud Light merch from all our friends at Adams. We start first with Clay Travis's new best friend, Pope Leo. Made a surprise appearance at a rave and a celebration for Archbishop Bernard Bober's birthday, with a Catholic priest serving as DJ for the night. Robert Prevost, officially dubbed Pope Leo back in May of 25, is the first ever American to hold the office of Pope, already endearing believers the world over by combining Catholicism and pop culture. Now, for instance, he declared teen internet star Carlo Acutis God's, quote, influencer, canonized him as the first millennial saint, and left social media stunned when it was discovered that he's related to Justin Bieber, Madonna, and even Angelina Jolie. Now, I knew Madonna and Angelina got out there a little bit.
Yeah.
That's a deep family tree, isn't
It's quite
Look at that
family.
DJ. This is not AI?
This is real. This is a real picture of that DJ on stage, and up in the top right, the concert.
Yeah, footage of the rave going viral on Instagram showing Pope Leo opening up the EDM gathering with an inspiring message encouraging attendees to share their faith with others, ending his sermon with an amen right before the beat dropped. There you go.
Sounds like a hot party right there, my friend.
Guy.
He looks like somebody. I can't figure it out. There's somebody.
Our man John Roser with no hair.
Yeah, that's a pretty good pull right there.
Peter Griffin with no hair.
Yeah, Peter Griffin with no hair too. Yeah.
New York State Police have an important message for drivers. Creative and confidence do not count as valid documentation. New York State trooper conducted a traffic stop on Thursday night, discovered the car had fake registration and inspection stickers, police said. Vehicles pulled over in central New York for switch plates when the trooper noticed something, quote, unusual. The vehicle's inspection registration on the windshield were not official at all. In fact, they appeared to be hand-drawn using a mix of pen, marker, and crayon with an impressive amount of confidence, the official police Facebook page said on Friday. To the driver's credit, the stickers included expiration dates, numbers, and words like New York State safety emissions, but the barcode on the inspection appeared to be just black crayon, and additional information that would typically be included was just scribbles in pen, crayon, and marker.
That's what I like. They just scribbled. They're like, we're not even going to go to the effort of making it look real.
Now, the driver...
safety as well. They spelled it S-A-F-T-E-Y.
Yeah, details.
Driver was identified as 50-year-old Gregory Cawley of Lafayette, New York. Police said Cawley was driving a Jeep Cawley was issued multiple tickets, including operating motor vehicle without inspection, no left side view mirror, exhaust system equipment violation, operating unregistered vehicle, improper plates, unlicensed operation. Vehicle was towed from the scene.
Do you, if you are missing a mirror, that is kind of an alert there, but if you're driving down like 280 or whatever and there is just a smashed up car next to you, aren't you always worried about that one? Because they don't care.
Well, you know what I wonder is the smashed up car, did they get a check for whoever smashed them up and they decide, you know what, I'm going to leave a smashed up car. I'm just going to take this and I'm going to go buy some new shoes.
Yeah. Do I want to get my car fixed or get new shoes?
Yeah. That's lazy. Like if you can't afford to fix it, you ran into something yourself. I get it. But if somebody hits you, you get a check for the damage and you spend it on something else. It's very interesting. If you're paying bills, maybe.
I imagine that happens all the time, like it does with like student loan checks. There are plenty of like, when I was at Auburn, there were a lot of international students that would get their check for tuition and then go and buy a bunch of Louis Vuitton.
So
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Well, first of all, two things. I want to come back to that. But Brian with the line of the day in the chat room, man, LT would be pissed at these guys. They wasted a black and yellow marker.
Pull it. We're going a little overboard on this one, but that's fine.
So the student loan check doesn't go straight to the school. It goes to the person, and you take it to the school?
Yeah, because you can use it for housing and stuff if you live in an off-campus apartment.
Yeah, I don't know, and maybe Anna Kate's on full scholarship, but the 529, I just call up my guy, and I'm like, hey, I need X amount for this semester, and he just cuts me a check, and if I wanted to, go to the Maldives with that money, I could
but that's money you invested, though, in the 529. Now, it earned interest, but it's money you invested. I'm just saying student loan is a loan a government agency is giving out. I don't guess I knew it went straight to the student and they paid. I thought it would go like you would have to tell Jacksonville State University, I'm a student loan, they get the check and everything's. I'm just saying it seems like if we're going to give it to the student, we run the risk of the student not using it for tuition, which is obviously what happens, according to you.
Yeah, but financial aid offices, they're not calling in to check with you to see where you got the money. They just want to see that it is paid.
Yeah, I guess so.
Do you like the ramen noodles?
Lance, this may come as a shock to you.
Don't say never.
I don't think I've ever had ramen noodles.
Wow.
What?
I don't think I've ever had ramen noodles.
Wow.
That's not to say I had a bunch of money in college.
You mac and cheese more? Box of Kraft?
Yeah, box of Kraft in college. My next story, two guys on the golf team with me were from Argentina, and they would, every single day for lunch, they would boil, 2 bags of the rice. You know what I'm talking about? Like Travis Tritt sang about? Like, rice cooking in the microwave.
Did they at least spice it up with something?
No, they would put, that's what I was going to say, they would fry eggs and put fried eggs on top of it. Apparently that was a delicacy in Argentina.
It's delicious.
Is it?
Yeah.
I did try. I never tried it, but it did look good.
I like it with fried rice.
I've only had ramen a few times.
I never had ramen, though. Now, what I was going to say is New Times in Jacksonville when I was in college, it was like a Rally's or a Checkers knockoff, and you could get 3 burgers for $1. So rather than ramen, I would go get 3 cheeseburgers for $1.
So is that fresh ground chuck?
Oh, Lance, those are the highest end cheeseburgers you've ever seen.
I figured.
Yeah.
I think we need to film some shorts of you trying all the different flavors of ramen.
I would do that.
Yeah.
Why? Would I not like them?
Oh, no, I just think it would be good content, and you've never eaten
I'll
any
do
of
that.
them.
So a ramen chef in northern Japan has gone viral after surviving a bear attack, throwing the animal using a judo move, and then calmly returning to work with blood streaming down his face. So we don't have video on this?
I've got a picture, but I saw these, and I thought they were just too good not to have.
Now, the incident unfolded this past week. 57-year-old employee was prepping ingredients in the back of the shop around 5 a.m., said he spotted a, quote, black thing moving before a 1-meter bear lunged at him. Quote, it suddenly turned towards me, attacked my face, couldn't avoid it. I was scratched near my right eye. Now, the bear struck him across the face with its claws, opening a deep cut by his eyelid. Chef swung back with his left hand, but nothing worked. Can't even imagine how bad a bear paw would hurt.
Oh.
Like, every morning when I let Bullet and Chili out of their crates, now Bullet gets a little more leeway. I don't leave his locked, but Chili's got to be locked up. But when
Life for Crime will do that to you.
When Bullet comes out, he jumps on me with his paws, and like I am cut
Those
to
are
pieces.
rough, yeah.
Yeah, and
it's
like
not
a
even
damn
claws, right? It's just the bottom of the rough
No,
balls?
it's the claws a little bit,
okay.
and we get the nails cut, but or clipped. but I can't even imagine a bear.
Yeah, that'd tear you up for sure.
So Chef stepped in close, hooked the bear's leg, executed a osatogari, a classic judo throw, sending the animal crashing backwards. Shocked bear scrambled to his feet, bolted into the nearby mountains. Despite suffering gashes to his face and nose, Chef walked straight back inside and kept preparing the ramen noodles.
I mean, you got to fight through for the customer, right?
Apparently so. And finally, a person broke into a St. Charles gas station, stole beef sticks, police say. The St. Charles County Police responded to a call just before 2:20 a.m. for a report of a break-in in Circle K. Police say the person caused a, quote, felony amount of damage at the gas station before entering and stealing a, quote, misdemeanor amount of beef sticks.
A misdemeanor amount? I like what? How many beef sticks would you have for it to be a felony, though?
Oh, it'd have to be a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
It'd be a lot.
I mean,
because doesn't felony theft start off at like 1,000 or something?
That'd be a lot of beef sticks.
But
This
there was
guy
an
looks familiar,
update to this
too.
that
I
came out
know.
this morning
Yeah.
after I had already sent off trash. And this guy thinks that there's an AI intelligence speaker in his neck. And that's why he stole the beef jerky.
Well, there's something in the back of his head. Look
What,
at
does
that.
he think the chemicals in the beef jerky is going to kill that?
Yeah.
Whatever's in his neck?
That's good. That's
I
deep
don't know.
thinking. I mean, seriously, the back of his head, that was the first thing I noticed, is it looks like there's something implanted there.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the guy's not crazy.
Maybe not. Well,
Xenomorph, if it, like, exploded out of his head?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got that, like, weird angular bump.
I think we're going to have to open that hatch and see what's going on in there. Is that trash?
I mean, that's a cranium that looks like it could take a baseball bat and
Scott's got the same.
staple it up and stand right up.
Scott's got the same guy I've got. I bet Lance is unaware of this guy. He's the Alabama Ostrich. I don't know his actual name. Yeah, Tyler obviously is. Scott, he just does like all these.
Never heard of this guy.
Yeah, I know.
It's Matt Mitchell.
Is that his name?
Yep.
Do I know him?
Oh, Casio Kid?
No, different Matt Mitchell.
Because he's got a little Casio.
Yeah, I
maybe.
can see some Casio. Do I know him, Scott? Should I know him?
I mean, I'm pretty familiar with his work.
Yeah, but do you know him personally?
Oh, personally, no.
Okay, so I wouldn't know him personally.
I mean, you might. I don't.
I don't know why I'm asking you this, but you said it.
I don't know who you know.
No, you said it as if we all should know him personally, which I've seen his work, and some of it's funny, but I don't know him personally, I don't think.
And Casio's real name is Matt Mitchell.
I know. This is a different Matt Mitchell, though, I promise you that. That is Trash, presented by our friends at Bud Light, and you can get some of that Bud Light, and it'll be ice cold at Twin Peaks.
Oh,
Lance.
yes.
Ice cold.
Twin Peaks, great place to go. You can get it at 29 degrees right now. Again, if you're looking for a place to escape the family this week, go over and check out the happy hour. No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks, whatever your preference. Everything from the tequila cocktails, extensive bourbon category, top shelf spirits and cocktails served over the ice balls, local craft beers, handcrafted whiskey cocktails round out that adventurous drink menu, second to none. And don't forget about those 29-degree drafts with the Twin Peaks girls running around in 3D. Stop into one of those locations today.
We remind you again, Bud Light will have us down in Auburn near Toomer's Corners, the Moe's Barbecue there near Toomer's. And we will time shift as we do on Fridays when we do road shows in Tuscaloosa or Auburn, 11 to 2 Friday. So you got time to sleep in after Thanksgiving, get some Black Friday shopping done, and catch us 11 to 2. 11 to 2 live from Moe's Barbecue down in Auburn. We will be back tomorrow, though, our last show before Thanksgiving. Dan Orlovsky will talk some NFL with us. We'll talk some more Iron Bowl and rivalry weekend tomorrow in the next round. Until then, have a great afternoon. We'll see you tomorrow.